Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Hey,
Every
Daddy.
day I'm hustling.
You fight with nobody.
This a dollar beat. This a dollar beat.
BoxingVoice.com.
You won the bet with nobody.
Daddy.
BoxingVoice.com.
This a dollar beat.
You never gonna get the fight, man. You're a horrible fighter. Payday,
BoxingVoice.com.
payday. You want payday. I know that. Oh, look this guy. There's a plan to go for the belt, and I'm coming, man. I'm coming, my friend. Get the fuck out of here, man. Please, get the fuck out of here, man.
BoxingVoice.com.
Because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
BoxingVoice.com.
Good morning, TBV. What up? What up? What up? Welcome back. Back like we never left you. Hopefully, you've enjoyed yesterday's 4-hour show where we talked a little bit of everything, and we right back to discuss the Tyson Fury possible franchise status. I think Dillian-Whyte has a point. We didn't talk about this yesterday, and maybe it's because I didn't see the article with Dillian-Whyte, but these situations are exactly why the interim title was created. The interim was created when a champion cannot defend for whatever medical reason, you know, whether that be an act of God like COVID or an injury like Devin Haney. That is what the interim champion is for. So I think Dillian-Whyte has a point when he says that the WBC should strip Tyson Fury, make him franchise status or champion in recess the way they did Devin Haney.
Do you refer to it as stripping if you say franchise? Is that the proper word for it?
I mean, franchise I don't want. But they could do franchise, they could do champion in recess. Technically, they can do champion in recess. Franchise would be them, you know, getting slick in all actuality. The champion is in recess. He's not able to defend his title. The interim champion should be allowed to step in. That's what it was designed for. The interim champion could be elevated to full champion and then have to deal with Wilder, and then champion in recess could come back when he's ready and ask for his shot. You know, we didn't talk about that at all yesterday. Whyte is the interim. This particular situation fits the mold. It fits the mold, this situation. Like, he can be called and elevated like Ugas to champion. You know, Tyson isn't there to do the duties of the champion. The interim is there to pick up the heat, the slack.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that the way these rules were made and the way that they're supposed to function, a fighter unable to defend, I mean, something's got to be done. And I, for one, am good with this. Like, there's no mistaking for the hardcore fans, for the fans that actually know what's going on and don't have like a dog in the fight. They know who the lineal champion is. That doesn't change. Tyson Fury can come back and or even fight, you know, this year still, and everybody understands what he represents. Nobody's going to be mistaken about, you know, where the top of the mountain is. But if you're going to give somebody, you know, reasons to fight that fight, because that's a big time fight. Wilder-Whyte is a big time fight. And so if you're going to give them reasons to make it happen, this is a reason to make it happen. You know, to put a belt on the line for a fight that absolutely deserves it regardless.
Now, Whyte is saying elevate me and I'll fight Wilder. And that sounds good.
I'm good.
That sounds good. The thing is, like, does it really happen, right? So do you think the WBC should step in and instead of elevate Whyte, make champion in recess Fury, allow interim champion Wilder, or rather Whyte, to face Wilder for the vacant WBC? Or do you feel like Whyte that he should be elevated and he should be giving the shot to Wilder? That doesn't sit well with me, the way that it's being presented. Like, you know, Tyson should be basically sat down, champion in recess, give me full champion, make me Dillian Whyte full champion. I'll face Deontay Wilder, and then, you know, winner of us can fight Fury later. I feel like that's given a lot of power to Whyte that really isn't in this equation. He's forcing himself. You know, some are saying that him and Eddie are just using Wilder, Fury, COVID situation to get a little publicity, and that's why they're thrusting that name in the media.
I mean, maybe, but at the end of the day, if it works, right? I think, look, however it has to happen for it to work for everybody, I hope it does. Now, I agree with you. I think that, first of all, I don't care. Really, I don't. But if making it on the line as opposed to elevating Whyte and having him defend it keeps the negotiation process from getting muddled and therefore probably unlikely that it happens, then absolutely, let's just put it on the line, because let's make two arguments that are factual. One, without Whyte's interim WBC belt, putting the title on the line really doesn't make as much sense. Without Wilder, Whyte doesn't have this opportunity. So at the end of the day, both men have claim to being in a position to fight for the belt, and both men have claim to being in this exact position, you know, just for like the sake of boxing. So if you're going to have them again fight for it, have it however it works. But I really don't have a problem with either or. Interims get elevated, that's what happens, and fighters who are in the title fight that can't you know, that where the champion steps out, like in the case of Fury, get the opportunity still regardless. Like, that's how it should work with the franchise belt. Like this, if you're gonna have all the bad that comes with franchises, then let's have some good that comes with them too. Let's have moments like these where they're for a reason, that they achieve something.
I don't think the franchise status is necessary here. You know,
why?
Champion, because all you need is to place Fury in champion in recess status. If you elevate him to,
no, you're right.
Yeah, because if we elevate him to franchise, then what's stopping him from going to unify, in theory, with AJ? You know,
yeah, I guess true. That's a good. Yeah, you're absolutely right, because I saw the other day that Suleiman called Tio the undisputed champion. You know, it would be different if WBC went out of their way to take a stand and said, no, Haney is the welterweight champion, therefore one of the four belts is not around the way. But he didn't. He specified. So you're absolutely right. It would be some sort of loophole. Now, whether they could get, you know, the contractual status or whatever. Like, my fear is this: if he fights Whyte, right, it breaks the contract between him and Fury, and then something else has to get renegotiated, and we're in this mess for much longer. You know, I would rather it be a situation where all parties involved understand that the WBC belt cannot be taken hostage for any much longer than X amount of case.
Remember, contract with Fury doesn't matter, and I don't think it would matter to Deontay and his team, right? If Al gets the call from Mauricio saying, hey, we're placing Fury in champion in recess WBC status, we're now elevating our interim champion, Dillian Whyte, but we're ordering the fight between Wilder and Whyte. They're going to take it. They ain't going to care that they got a rematch with Fury, who's no longer the champion, because if you get the belt, you the champion. So the recess champion has to fight you. You understand? He can't pick and choose who he fights. If you beat Whyte, champion in recess either has to do what Mikey did. Remember, Mikey was champion in recess at 135. He just never decided to take his shot. He could have always asked for the Loma shot. He just never wanted it. He went on to unify with Easter and move up to fight Earl, leaving his WBC in recess and never came back. So why would Wilder care about Fury when he cares about the belt? All he needs is the belt. So if you go get the belt, you still got the AJ unification for undisputed. If you go get the belt, you're still the WBC champion. Fury's a champion in recess that must fight the active champion. That's the same exact thing. Like when Javier Fortuna was about to fight Ryan, that's why Devin was like, hold on, Mauricio. I'm not ill. I can defend my belt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the difference, like you said, right? Between placing him franchise, which is the reason why you don't want that to happen, correct?
Yeah, I don't want franchise because you don't got to come back and say anything. You got to hold another belt that gives you half the status. So you're like, fuck it. I don't need the other WBC. I got this WBC. I could still roam around and do what I want. So you got to place Tyson in champion in recess status and either elevate Whyte or B, have him fight Wilder for his status now because you got two overqualified people to be WBC champion. So you let them fight for it. And I think that's a magnificent fight, especially if the belt is on the line. And I'm wondering if that's going to change anything for anybody. If they place Tyson Fury in recess status, does that change this fight for you? Are you more interested in Whyte versus Wilder if the true WBC is on the line? Because obviously Tyson cannot defend.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I am, I guess, slightly more interested, but when I say that, it's because my interest level's already, tapping at the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? Like, my interest level in that fight has been for a long time very high, and it is higher. And I don't really care what belt. You could throw the WWE belt in there, and actually, I probably would care about that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me what belt is on the line. But what I do care about is that a belt is on the line to entice these guys to actually, and specifically Wilder. For Wilder, I don't think that, listen, this, like, a lot of this stuff is just, an act of God to a degree, right? But even if it is, Wilder still is in a really shitty position. It's such a tough position for him, and you got to kind of feel for the guy. And so for him to be in the situation that he's in, like, why would he want to take a Whyte fight unless there's something at the end of that rainbow? And the end of that rainbow would be the WBC belt. So for me, that's why I want to see it, is because I know it entices Wilder to take the fight more. I know that it, makes more money, probably. Oh, maybe not, but it translates to a bigger fight regardless. For me and Mario's history books, it's already great enough, but it adds to it.
Yeah, I think for Mauricio, that's how you make this fight, by putting the belt on the line. You keep Wilder. If you put Tyson Fury in recess, Wilder just wants the belt.
Yeah, I think he wants revenge as well.
He wants revenge as well, but he's got the belt. He's guaranteed revenge. Or Fury shows his true colors and never fights him. You know what I mean? Because now you're not fighting the champion. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But it's also Jermell Charlo, Brian Castano, fight week. It's Monday.
It is. It is Monday.
Tomorrow
you know what that means.
Tomorrow should be fighter arrivals. This fight is taking place in Houston or San Antonio?
In San Antonio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm
yeah.
asking you.
No. It is because I just had a friend of mine ask me if I was going to be at the fight, and I said no. You know why I'm not? Because I'm going to be in Atlanta covering. That's right. I mean, I'm sorry, not covering, commentating with Nestor Gibbs and Alexander Doomsday Linus. And Ness has the information. Let me get it pulled up myself so I can get it real quick. But yeah, you're.
No, I was just gonna say I'm gonna put the link in the chat.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was just gonna finish up this real quick before we go into it. But yeah, it is at AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas. The Castano and Jermell fight, and San Antonio this Saturday. But again, we won't be there because we will be in, specifically, it is, are you sharing it? It's a Buckhead Fight Club.
Yep, Buckhead Fight Club.
Buckhead Fight Club. And it's going to be a 2-day event.
2 days.
The 16th and 17th. You're going to get to see such fighters as Mac Truck, Dakari Scott, Mac Truck. And so, yeah, man, come on down. We're going to be in the Atlanta area, and we will be commentating those fights, and we'll give you a bunch more info on that. And you can also get it on pay-per-view as well. We'll share the link to that. But, yeah, it's fight week, man. It doesn't feel like fight week for that. I don't know. I just felt like I've always, when the moment the fight got announced and it was set, it felt bigger than it does now. And I don't mean that like in any, like, that's not me taking a shot at the fight. I felt like people would resonate more to it. For me, it's a big fight. You know, I'm going to come straight home and watch it, you know, whether we watch it at the hotel, and I mean that, or I come home and literally watch it immediately, or watch it on the plane immediately. Like, whatever I got to do, I'm going to make sure I watch that fight as quickly as I can after the job is done, and, you know, because I'm excited. But it just doesn't feel like Twitter and social media is buzzing the way that I thought they would.
For the Castano fight.
Yes, for the Castano fight. I mean, you're talking about a fight that's going to produce Undisputed.
Yeah, I blame it on Castano's lack of popularity. You know, he's not really known. We have Supermax, who says Thurman is champion in recess for the WBC as well, and can't seem to get the Earl fight. In theory, it sounds good, but I doubt it happens. Yeah, he's champion in recess, but he lost, brother. So I don't think he's still champion in recess.
No, he ain't champion in recess. No, they already got a champ.
Like, he was champion in recess when he gave up the WBC so that Porter and Danny could fight for it. But once you lose, you don't keep your status, man. Like, you sound, you know, that don't sound right.
Next super chat coming from LB Slugger.
I did hit up Mauricio this morning to see was he available for 9:30.
Okay. Well, while we do that, LB Slugger with the $5 super chat says, all this hype around Wilder-Whyte just for it to end in one round? Great press conference and build-up. Whyte is tailor-made for Wilder. Hashtag Wilder in one, hashtag 2 time. Yeah, listen, I don't know. All I can tell you for a fact, 100% guaranteed, that those press conferences will be, I mean, must-see TV. I think everything about it is must-see TV. I can't see how a single person in the world would not want to see that fight, other than, you know, having ulterior motives, like you want to see, you know, Fury more, you want to see AJ more, whatever. This fight is definitely one that should be on your radar if you're a fight fan. It is, man, it's got everything to me. Everything.
So, you know, we were having an early debate about Charlo and Castano, and, you know, someone's like, yo, there's no buzz. And I said I blame Castano's, you know, lack of popularity.
Sure.
Lack of English and big name opponents. You know, he's got the draw with Laura. Was it a draw or did he beat Laura?
I thought he beat him. Yeah, I think he beat him.
Maybe he got a draw then.
Did he get a draw? Was it a draw?
Let me check. But
I got you.
That's all I remember.
It was a draw. You're right. Split decision draw. 114, 114, 115, 113 apiece.
Yeah, I think he fought Laura, and he might have fought.
And that was
he fought Teixeira on another channel, maybe Dazn.
He did. Teixeira was his last fight, actually. That was back on February of this year. Mm-hmm. And that was the fight that got him into this picture. But he also beat Wale Omaroso, who some fans might remember as a pretty good welterweight. You know, he was in there with Jamal James, took a loss there. He lost to Sammy Vasquez. That was one of his, you know, more bigger fights. I remember them pumping him for that. Jesse Vargas, he's like known for taking more losses than anything else. But he's been in there tough.
2 fights. Laura, who people thought lost and isn't going into undisputed, has had 3 fights
since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you sure about that 100%?
Yeah.
You checked?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were sure.
Nah, yeah.
But,
Laura fought in 2009 versus Castano. Then he fought Canelo's brother. Then he fought Vendetti,
Great Vendetti.
On Fox, and then he just fought LaManna again on
You're right.
Fox.
You are right.
It's
absolutely.
It's
but I thought he lost that fight too, though.
What, the Vendetti?
No, the Castano.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People thought he lost that fight.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The loser came out with more shine.
He fought Michelle Sora too.
And I think that is what's happening here. You know, he's not being marketed right. Castano. He's Argentine. They're known to be punchers. 17 fights, 12 knockouts. There's no conversations. Like, his publicist isn't telling people to ask him his thoughts on Maidana and Sergio Martinez.
But you got to understand, this guy's a fighter's fighter, right? Like, if you go and look at a lot of his videos, you know, even like other people's videos, when he's mentioned, fighters that have been in there or know him or know the camp always speak very highly of him. They always say they want to see his fights, and I've even seen fighters comment on his YouTube videos. Like, how rare is that? This guy is well liked within the boxing community. It's just a very small circle, you know what I mean? And fans haven't necessarily, you know what he's like? He's like a poor man's Demetrius Andrade in terms of popularity, not in terms of the way they fight, but in terms of popularity, where it's like, everyone within the community knows how good he is. Everyone within the community knows how durable and you know, nothing but positive things to say. But fans themselves have yet to really recognize or resonate outside of the hardcore demographic. But he's got 12 KOs and 17 fights.
Jacob with the Cash App saving us 30% by sending the Cash App to $NESGTO. $5 Cash App says 80% of the tickets for the Charlo fight are unsold. And I think, Mario, you said something in the pre-pro about...
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You heard... And I don't know...
Something about...
I don't know what you heard or where you heard it from, but I read in the pre-pro that maybe...
Are you talking about...
That maybe you said there weren't a lot of people that applied for media credentials.
Yes. Okay, that yeah. I thought you were saying
I'm a victim. I'm a victim of that. I didn't apply.
Yeah, listen, I don't know how many applications per se, but there aren't a lot of people on the board from what I understand. You know, that have, so I guess that comes with the applications. Like I mean, maybe they denied a bunch of people or something, but from what I understand, yeah, the I guess turnout isn't as much as they expected. From what I've heard. Again, that's like not me reporting anything. I've heard that secondary source stuff. But yeah, just again, I feel like this fight isn't getting the buzz that it needs or deserves, really. And I think you're right. I think it's based off the weakness of the B side. You know, do fans care about titles? We've always argued that. And I think that we're starting to realize that no, they really don't care about titles. You know, all 4 major belts are on the line. This is a very rare thing that has happened in boxing as a whole, whether it's the 3-belt era, the 4-belt era. You know, there aren't a lot of guys on this list. So this is a history-making fight. It deserves credit. It deserves, you know, the coverage, and it deserves the public to be on alert. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of soccer fans, or I know a lot of people that aren't soccer fans that tuned in to England versus Italy. You know why they tuned in? Because they were told over and over that this was a big game. ESPN covered it. Everybody was putting it out there. You know, fans, celebrities were tweeting about it. You know, everybody was on guard. Everybody was on edge. Everybody was ready for this game. So I knew yesterday, getting text messages from dudes who I know only watch boxing and baseball. That's it. Only watch football. And I'm talking about American football. And that's it. Text me about a soccer game that broke through. and that's what he should be having happen to these types of fights where history is on the line. I need to be seeing text messages from Abuela saying like, yo, what the hell's up with this big ass fight? Like, it needs to get on the radar, and I don't think it has, not as much as it deserves.
Yeah, man.
No more mentioning the game. I'm sorry.
It's just. I want to say this. How much buildup was there for Ndongo Crawford? Ndongo was relatively unknown and only coming off of the Edward Tronowski knockout to us hardcores. I watched him knock out Tronowski. I'm sure the world did not. I know it wasn't American television when he did it. So, does it matter that it's not getting the buildup pre-fight? Will it still go down as glorious as Crawford's Ndongo undisputed fight?
100%. 100%. I think 100% because at the very, like when you look at Crawford and what happened from that point, right? That's what undisputed really is the test of. It's like once you become undisputed, you've accomplished something. But what do you do from there? Like you gave boxing its glory. Now it's about the paychecks. Right now, it's about capitalizing financially on the hard work you put in. That's theoretically what the game plan should be. And for Crawford, it happened. He got paid. Did he get the big fights that he wanted? No. So whether you call it a success or failure doesn't matter. But for Mel, he has plenty of opportunity at 160. He has plenty of fights that are, on the horizon in front of him. And I think it will be a success because if he does win, all those fights are there. For Castano, believe me, this guy wins, they're going to be knocking down the door trying to get to this guy. I mean, already they're talking about fights with Morrell after, his one high spot moment, and like that's it. They're already talking about fights with what was the other kid's name that fought on Sunday? Shoot, I forgot who. But yeah, like those types of things get you attention, and if people think you're a soft touch that pulled off the pulled off the luck victory, like they're gonna come knocking down his door. Like I don't think he'll ever be the A side or anything, but he could definitely get some shots if he were to pull the upset.
What do you think Charlo does if he gets this win?
I think he moves up. I think I think I don't think he has to move up, obviously, but I think for him, fighting at 154 is essentially fighting a revolving door. Who is there left in the division that we're pounding down the door to see him fight? Luis Arias is a great fight, but that is 1,000% a risk reward. For the risk is all on Charlo's side. The reward is all on Aries' side. Like, what does Mel get from a fight like that? You know what I'm saying? So what's left at 154? I don't think a lot. What's left at 160? Let me tell you, a lot. Because Maul has not done a great job of really, doing much in that division in terms of unifying.
But don't you see that as an issue, going to 60 and crowding your brother's space?
I think that these guys have shown they're built different thus far in terms of what they hope to achieve. And I don't see Mel waiting around for certain fights. I think Mel makes his own lane. But you're absolutely right. I mean, he's in the same position Maul would be in. Really there's no difference. So maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but I just think Mel's hungry to do exactly what he did at 154. But regardless, there's plenty of fights to go around. Maul can't take all these guys out in 1 year or in a calendar year. Like, it just won't happen. Not because he's not good enough to beat him, because they don't fight fights like that. You know what I mean? But imagine you got Mel and Maul, taking down the division, back to back. Like, that's crazy.
Mel is the one that had the problem or has the problem with Andre. Charlo is just giving off his twin emotions. So Mel going to 60 doesn't mean he's fighting Andre and collecting that belt.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I think my logic is 2 Charlos mean that it's twice as likely that we get a fight with somebody. No,
I mean, if you ain't fighting Jamal, why are you gonna fight the smaller or the one coming up if you're Gennady.
Because he's got undisputed attached to his name. Like, people keep telling Maul to go do something. That's all they say, and it's, it's bullshit, but that's what they say. With Mel, like, what could you say? You're gonna fight. You're gonna run away from the smaller guy. Like, no way. You want the glory. And the glory comes with being able to beat the guy that unified the division. Like, nobody that we are talking about Maul fighting has done that. Who else has done that? Nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, those guys would, I think, want to fight him.
The producer wants this show to turn into a Tank show, right? Because he's in the pre-pro saying, but Atlanta showed up for Barrios, who barely speaks and was stuttering when he does speak English. But you're just further proving my 7-day
Mario
argument.
Speaks English? Wait, what?
Yeah, but he was stuttering. That's what he's saying. He barely
spoke.
spoke.
That he wasn't good at speak.
I was
gonna say. I was like,
and he was stuttering. He was dry swallowing in the whole fucking shit.
Yeah, no. Oh, no. I just misunderstood. Yeah, that's very fair.
So, you're just making my point that I've been arguing for 7 days, Robert, that Tank is a star. The people that argue and say, well, 200,000 doesn't mean you're a star. Well, when you can carry an entire promotion on your back, it proves you're a star. Maybe you ain't a pay-per-view star, but you a star. People applying for media credentials, seats are sold out, and it's successful. You're a star. So, maybe Charlo isn't as big a star as Gervonta and does need the B-side to help him. And there's no shame in that, Mario, because how long have we said a good B-side with a good A-side makes a great fight? So it's like,
it does.
Everyone can't turn a shit fight into a great fight because
it doesn't work that way.
Because they're some sort of attraction. Like, the combination of a good fight is two good fighters in the ring.
I mean, even Floyd Mayweather's numbers were never as good as his B-side. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, his numbers were predicated upon how good the B-side was in there with. Like, that's the whole point of it. It's the same thing with everybody that keeps talking about Tank and his numbers. Like, the day he gets in there with a B-side that can be sold and is credible and people know who he is beforehand, not just because he's the next guy fighting Tank, is going to be the day where he breaks the 500,000 barrier. It's going to be the day where he, attempts the million pies. Let me tell you, him and Mikey get it on. That fight definitely does 500,000. No way it doesn't. It does less than that. And so, yeah, you're absolutely right. I think with Mel, the problem is that, like you said, Castano is not. First of all, I think Castano does speak English, though. Like,
no, he don't.
He don't speak any English. That's what you're telling me right now.
I don't know, but again, the producer trying to say it's not the B-side's fault when in fact it is. He's only got 70,000 followers. Barrios has double that.
I mean, it's partly the B-side's fault for sure.
Barrios has double that, and Barrios speaks English. Two important things: following and being able to connect with that following by speaking the native tongue.
I think, though, if you look at Tank, it's, we can see that you can have a successful pay-per-view without a great B-side. With Mel, I think that sometimes people put them in bigger star categories than they are. They are stars in boxing. Tank's a star, period. There's no other words after that sentence. He's a star outside of boxing as well. Superstar, no, but definitely a star. With the Charlos, like, they're definitely major players. They're definitely well recognized, and they're definitely stars. But to what degree? That's the question. And if they were bigger, I won't say it that way, but I think it's just indicated upon, like you said, Castano. But at the same time, people have to keep their expectations in check when it comes to these guys.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that Barrios brought a little more. Barrios has been built up on PBC throughout, Showtime and Fox.
That's fair.
He had a little more. He just had a little more. His numbers indicate that. He spoke English. And that's a pretty universal language, man. I mean, if you want to sell, you probably want someone that can speak English on the card. You are selling your fight on an American audience to an American pay-per-view market. So now,
And you,
go ahead.
yeah, no, and you also want somebody who has that demographic, like you said. Like you said, for Argentinians, there is a demographic there, but it's not as
They didn't tap into it.
illustrious. Exactly. And
Because-
it's not as illustrious as Hispanics from Texas or Hispanics from California. They bring a huge state behind them usually.
But-
And Mario certainly did.
The Latino is Latino. That's the beauty of being Latin. Like, Maidana wasn't Mexican and he got adapted by the Mexicans. You just have to have a certain bravado and be in their eyes. Like, Castano just hasn't been given. He's only got 17 fights, guys. It's not like I'm shutting him down, like I'm being a hater. No, he hasn't had the time to develop on American airwaves. Like,
Yeah, no, you're
you gotta
absolutely
think
right.
about Maidana got the opportunity to break out with Victor Ortiz. Then after Victor, I mean, he's fought names like Josecito Lopez, Amir Khan on HBO. I mean, that was big for Maidana before he got the fucking Broner fight, which took him over the top to get the, Floyd fight. And even Sergio Martinez, he fought Margarito, twice, if I'm not mistaken, or once? And he fought Kermit Cintron, and he fought Paul Williams.
He fought him once.
He fought people. Like, it takes time to get developed and introduced to the Latin market. But Tio's not Mexican, and he does well in New York City. Puerto Ricans and Mexicans come out to support him.
Sure.
You just need time.
Sure.
Tio's been doing backflips since he was 0-0, So, like, he's had that time. His 17 or whatever amount of fights represent a lot more than Castano's 17, which maybe the last 3 were on TV, or the last...
I think
Yeah,
for
3.
sure I know the last 2.
3.
Would this fight be any bigger if Patrick Teixeira had won?
I don't think
That's kind of
so.
a dumb
I don't
question,
think...
you think?
No, I don't think it's a dumb question. Maybe it would have been slightly bigger because Teixeira did have the momentum, so he would have been coming off of the the Carlos Adames knockout and Castano win going into the Charlo fight. Maybe, but he's Brazilian. Like, what's
He is Brazilian.
the last famous Brazilian was like Celestino Freitas or one of the Freitas brothers, right? Or was that a totally different nationality? Am I killing it? Remember, like, Freitas that used to fight on ESPN?
I think you're butchering it.
All right, fuck it then.
I think so. I don't think they were. I mean, maybe, but
I don't
I
know
don't
no
think
Brazilians killing it, and I don't even
unless
know.
it's MMA.
What-
Yeah, you know what? You were Acelino
Freitas or something
Acelino
like-
Freitas. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. He was Brazilian.
That's
You're
like
right.
the last dude, and now we got this new dude that no one knows how to pronounce his name with Top Rank. How you pronounce his name?
Oh, I have no idea.
I
But
just-
he's got the pedigree behind him.
I
Though.
just know it's like ESQ. I'm like, what the hell?
Esqueves.
I don't know.
Esqueves.
I don't know.
Is that how
El
you say it?
Falco- I know it's probably El
Esquiles?
Falco or something. El Falco.
Yeah, yes, Falco. Yeah.
I don't know.
But he's got
bro.
he's got the amateur pedigree. Yeah, I just Googled right now Brazilian boxers, and I recognize 2 names, and one was the one you already said. I know a lot of really good Brazilian MMA fighters. There's a lot on the
MMA,
list.
because that's what
George
they do.
Aries. I forgot George Aries.
Don't they do jiu-jitsu, those guys? That's why.
Yeah, BJJ.
Yeah, so like they're known for that, but this is different.
Different
So
animal altogether.
we last left off on LV Slugger, right? We got to go to
We did.
Zeno Gray, right? And he says, what do y'all see Charlo doing after he... Oh, we just asked each other that.
Well,
so
we did.
I asked
I think he's
you.
going to 160.
I
Yeah,
asked
what do you think?
I don't think. I want him to stay. Don't crowd your brother. Don't go up
For
there.
what?
Don't go up there to chase an Andre that doesn't want to fight you, or rather, you don't want to really fight him. You have personal grudges. And you say for what? But yo, Ponce de Leon wasn't forced to move up, and he's still
but hold on, stop. Every single reason you're giving is for the benefit of Maul. Think about it right now. If you are the manager of Mel alone, why stay at 154? And I'm not arguing. I'm just asking.
Because why?
Without saying why it's good for Maul.
All right, he can go after. He can create legacy. B-Hop had 20 title defenses at heavyweight. I mean at middleweight. Vlad had 12 years reigning with all the belts except his brother's belt for 12 years. Like, he can create his own legacy. Everybody in this generation is moving up in weight. How is that new? Take it back to the glory days of B-Hop having all the fucking belts, fighting every mandatory challenger, giving everybody an opportunity, and being known as the unified man in the division. You creating your own lane. You getting big time money to fight everybody who people think deserves a shot. And there's not many. I mean, he gets a rematch with Lubin. No harm, no foul. You know, Tim Tszyu is out there, wants to give you 10, 12 million. No harm, no foul. You become a global star. Like, what are you moving up for? What are you moving up for? Isn't Danny about to come up? Isn't Keith about to come up? Like, what are you moving up for? Like, is Andre bigger than a Danny fight? No.
Yeah.
Is Andre bigger than a Sean Porter fight at 54? No. So, like, yeah, what you moving up for? Stay there and be the man.
Okay, so I get it. You're saying for him to be the welcome wagon for the 147 guys, and I don't mean that like in a disparaging kind of way. You're absolutely right. A Keith Thurman fight is bigger at 154 than pretty much anything PBC can offer Mel concrete at 160. You're absolutely right. But with Hopkins and his title run, you got to remember, like, there were a lot of really good names within that run. There were a lot of guys that, you know, moved the needle. That you know he could fight. You know, like he was making pay-per-views with Felix Trinidad. Like he was making pay-per-views with B-Hop. Like with Oscar. Like where are those fights for Mel staying at 154 without the assumption that the 147 guys come up and fight him right away?
Harrison was already trying to welcome Danny. He like, yo, I love Danny, but if he coming up, I would love that fight. Harrison can beat Danny. He gets his trilogy. Again, Mel creates his own history. You understand? You got Tim Tszyu, son of a legend. You go to Australia. Now you're a global superstar. Or you're bubbling globally. Let's not go with the superstar
that's a reach there a little bit. Now, okay, that's fine and that's fair. I think though that still there's nothing that really truly benefits Mel outside of the idea that he is not having to compete for, you know, inches and compete for titles with Maul. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that that's a very valid point. You're absolutely right. I think if the Klitschko's could have fought in two different divisions, they would have. You know, if Mel and Maul don't have to compete under, but then that's also assuming that Maul's not on his way up to 168 at some point. Like, I just think ultimately at 154, the top 10 guys ranked in that weight class, go look at them right now, and you're gonna change your mind on why Mel should stay.
What you think is better? What's a better fight for you? Mel and fucking Patrick Hyland, the dude that his brother fought, or Mel and Derevyanchenko at 54? Because Derevyanchenko
I guess
moving
Derevyanchenko, sure, yeah. Derevyanchenko.
Yo, Sergio Garcia, ain't he about to fight the Burning Inferno? Burning Inferno beats another undefeated fighter. What's wrong with Sebastian Fundora fighting Mel for all the belts? Like, what are we talking about, bro? You don't got to go nowhere.
I think that he doesn't have to go anywhere. And I'm not saying he does have to go anywhere. But all I'm saying is that when you look at the 154 rankings, it's hard to be inspired by anything. Like Erickson Lubin is the next highly rated guy. You got
give me the Laura fight with Charlo. What you talking about? Laura's still number 2 on the ring.
They were all buddy.
Laura's still on the number 2 on the ring. Give me Laura.
You still ain't giving him anything. Like Laura, that's his big reward. Is Iris Landi Laura?
Laura
that
done a
fight
pay-per-view.
Is the risk
Laura done
Bro,
a pay-per-view.
as a B-side every time. You're absolutely right.
And now,
the risk reward
and
there.
now he'll be the B-side to
But you're
Charlo.
telling him, yo, go fight one of the most dangerous, crafty Cuban fighters.
At
You're
40.
welcome. Here's your Oscar
At
De La
40.
Hoya. Like,
At 40,
I don't care if
you
he's at
sleep
40
him.
or not. It's you're asking him to go and look good against the guy who is virtually impossible to look good against. Not even Canelo Alvarez, one of the most exciting offensive fighters, could look good against
All right,
him.
listen,
this is not a reward.
Listen. All right, we'll play your game. Jermell moves up.
Okay.
He's got Gennady Golovkin, his own brother, Andre, Marotta, Eubank, Rob Brandt, Jaime Munguia, Jean Beck, and Liam Williams. These rankings ain't even updated. Liam's loss. They should be having Rosado in the top 10. You know, Derevyanchenko should not be there at number 4 either. You know, but where's the sexy fight? Jermell already beat Rosado. Okay, Jermell already hates Andre. Okay. Jermell would be stepping on Big Charlo's toes if he got a Golovkin fight before him. Just understand that.
Yeah, but Mel's also in a situation where, you know, as undisputed, you know, he might have a better shot at forcing some of those, you know, that position in some of those sanctioning bodies. You know, at the end of the day, regardless of however tied up it seems, he has a set of belts that he's yet to acquire. That is the ultimate, you know, that's the ultimate attraction there, to become a titleist in multiple divisions, you know, to continue fighting at 154.
That's a new thing,
I mean,
man.
what do you want him to clear out the room and the toilets as well? Like, I don't get it. Like, this isn't, you know, he doesn't have to completely demolish the building and then kill the soil and, you know, commit climate change on the city while he's at it. Like, he's good with 154. He cleaned it out very well if he wins on Saturday. I just don't really see anything that does really anything for his legacy. I think winning titles in multiple divisions, you know, trying to conquer a new feat, that's really the thing that would be best for his legacy, I think. But again, if he can still make the weight, fight at 154. I got no problems with that. I'm just saying, I think it's better 160.
Vitaly and Vlad both beat did they both beat Chisora and they both beat Areola? Like, yo, Jermell can still beat Julian. He can still beat Jared, or actually Lubas Kubis Aries that deserves to be in Jared's position. Rosado deserves a rematch because he beat the bully. You know, Lubin has put himself in position for a rematch. Like, Tim Tszyu is in position for a fight. Danny would be in position for a fight if he moves up. Those are like 4 or 5 fights. That's 2 years right there. Give Jamal time. Let Earl move up, and then you move out. Like, it makes no sense right now, in my opinion. Like, that's just my opinion, you know. It's a debate show, an opinion-based show. 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Call in. Let us know. You got Kurbanov there. He's big in Russia. He was able to bring Liam Smith all the way to Russia, who's with MTK Global. How the hell that happened? Huh?
Reaching.
But you tell me how MTK Global, who's this new management powerhouse, was convinced to let their star go all the way to Russia to fight an unknown.
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
money. It's called money. So
it's called money. You're right.
If Kurbanov could send an offer to like the way Povetkin sent Wilder an offer and won. He ain't sent Wilder an offer, but he won. He won the purse bid.
Yeah. Look, my debate to that, because again, I'm not saying that anything you're saying is wrong or bad. I just don't think it's as good as my suggestion to go to 160, and regardless if he can get Golovkin in there right away or Marotta in there right away, at least he can make strides towards those belts in the 2 years that you have him defending against some of the toughest fights. Like, you want him to fight Lara. Like, What does that do? You want him to rematch some of these tough guys. Like, all these fights are opportunities for the other guys. None of them really move the needle for Mel. I could be wrong. Maybe everyone feels different. Please call in and say, yo, Mario, you tripping. Or tell Ness that why would anybody who's already conquered a division want to stick around just to get what? Like, you don't have any motivation. Like, you slip on a bad night. Like, at least.
How big would Crawford had been had he stood at 140? Yeah, he would have got the. He would have got the Hooker fight. He would have got the Jose Ramirez fight. He would have got the Josh Taylor fight. He could have went to the UK. He would have been a way bigger star. He ain't getting nothing.
After how long, Ness?
What you mean? He was. Listen to me. He was already a star. PBC fighters wasn't even hating on him when he was at 140. They was calling him a good fighter. He's a good fighter. And Keith would even say, wait till he move up. He should move up. But they ain't really want him to move up. So he would have got no hate from PBC, and he would have got those 3 big names. Way bigger names than fucking Kavalaskis and all the other shits he's been fighting.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. So he moved up, and you want to use those like, he fought Jeff Horn and Jose Benavidez, right? We still got Amir Khan. Like, at this point, 2017 is the last time he was in 140. 2018 is when they had the tournament. Yeah, I guess you're right. But that's such a very specific instance, and you're talking about the richest division, in the sport.
Right, it didn't work out for him, though. All I'm showing you is
Says who? He's ranked number 1 in mostly everywhere,
Mario,
and he's made money.
Mario, according to you and your reasons for Jermell moving up.
Mel, yes.
Yes. Now put that in Crawford. He did everything he did. So you want Crawford to move up like you want Mel to move up, and he's up there not getting the opportunities. The same way Mel can move up. His brother's up there. Gennady, who don't want to fight, his brother's up there. Ryota, who don't even talk about Maul, is up there. Andre, who they not gonna he could be putting himself in a Crawford situation. Is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, and all I'm saying is that Amir Khan and Kelbrook are Oscar nomination Super Bowl opportunities compared to what Mel is likely to get at 154. Let's just keep it real. Amir Khan, he would kill for an Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying? Listen, again, it's risk reward. That's just my opinion. I feel like he'd be better off with his time at 160, but I'm not going to stop watching if he stays at 154. I am a very, very big, I wouldn't say very, very big, but I'm a big Mel fan. Okay, and so I'm watching regardless. I just think that he's better off for his legacy to go to 160, but no rush if he can make 154.
Julio Ocha with a $2 hater super chat. PBC couldn't sell from the beginning. Stop blaming. You could tell when you're a hater, they try to get the cheapest super chat available to hate. Let me see. We got Supermex with the $5 super chat that says, I think we will see Spence, Mel, and Maul each moving up a weight class by the end of this year or beginning of 2022.
I agree. I think Maul moves up at some point very, very soon, and then Maul won't be an issue. And by the way, you know who would know that? Mel would know that. So I think if we hear him on Saturday in a post-fight announce his intentions to move up, we could also be more than positive that Maul will be moving up soon as well.
Fred Robinson with the $5 super chat says, I'm not calling anyone a star between 130 and 40 pounds. A star until everyone fights Devin Haney. That absolutely makes sense.
Yeah, but that doesn't really has anything to do with being a star. You could say you're not calling anybody the best, or you're not putting anybody on pound for pound. Yes. Sure, I get that. You're not crowning anybody in those places until they fight a Devin Haney. Got it. Yeah. But to suggest that, people aren't a star when they're putting up star numbers that's a tough one to sell, champ.
Zeno.
Zeno?
Okay.
Zeno. Is that what you're saying?
I was saying Zeno.
But anyway,
okay,
Zeno says... Zeno. Zeno, great. Go ahead.
You got it.
Zeno Gray with the $2 super chat says, if Mel moves up to 160, then Maul moves up to 168, 100. And I love that. Isn't it? Let me ask you this. Is your real quick, tell me that you don't think that you are happier in a boxing world where you have a Maul fighting at 168 and a Mel fighting at 160?
Sure, Mario, but I also tell you this.
Exactly.
No, I also tell you this though. Maul's at the brink of being treated like an A-side. He's about 3 months away from announcing his next pay-per-view fight. David Benavidez fights in about 2 months or less. They need about a month to watch him fight, come up with the plan, and announce it to us, the public. Benavidez has already given Charlo every single concession or conceded to make this fight happen. And I think Charlo will take it now. At 160, he gets a Mexican, plus his belt's on the line, and it's pay-per-view worthy. Give him time.
Agree.
Give him time to watch Benavidez versus Uzcategui. Give Al time to talk and look for a date with Espinoza. And in 90 days, I think we'll be getting an announcement on Benavidez. Benavidez has already publicly said he doesn't need money. He doesn't need a belt. He can move down. Like, he's already, it's everything that Al needs to hear in order to make this fight possible. But what up, yo? You just waking up?
You know what I need to hear? Activate Dumatron.
You've seen him. You know how strong he is. You can't win.
You can't win, Tyson Fury. You can't win. I know I'm reverting on y'all. I talked about this already, but I was listening, and I'm like, again, a postponement. Is Tyson Fury not ready? Is he scared? Did he just maybe throw a little party at the crib with people he didn't even know with the hopes of catching COVID? Because come on, I'm serious. And listen, I know that it's been a very serious time. It's been a very serious time for us, and I'm probably a little jokingly saying this, but still, it's like, how could you not be careful? And then, I've been looking at these conspiracy theories with Teofimo now, and it just, I don't get it. You gotta be kidding me. This is a big fight for big money, and you weren't careful enough. I think you're scared. I think you're seeing Tyson Fury in shape. Deontay Wilder in shape. He's seeing Deontay Wilder in shape. He's seeing how he's moving. His camp is probably like, hey man, we're gonna need a little bit more time to get ready. We thought you were gonna be in tip-top shape, but maybe you're not. I don't know. It's just me with my conspiracies, I guess. But I'm not happy about it. I wasn't happy about the Wilder AJ. I'm not, being dragged out to the point where we never got it. And now this Tyson Fury fight dragging on again. I mean, this one I don't see it disappearing because it's I see Deontay just he's like a sniper right now. He's got him in his crosshairs and he doesn't want to let him go. So he'll chase him down for this one, but. Wilder versus Whyte, interim belts. You guys are losing me.
No. Real belts. Like, if they were to be able to somehow either put Fury into champion in recess or into like a franchise situation or whatever, if they were to be able to put the real belt on the line, does Wilder-Whyte do it for you?
So you take the belt away from Tyson Fury?
Yeah, pretty much. You don't take it from him like you strip him fully, but essentially you say, okay, you've been inactive too long. There's a title fight that's going to happen, and it's going to happen between Wilder and Whyte. And when you come back, then you get your shot. But essentially, yes, make Wilder-Whyte for the full WBC belt, the belt.
So Wilder gets a fight, and Tyson Fury doesn't fight.
Well, yeah, because he's he can't, right? He can't.
But eventually, does he get a fight before he meets Wilder? That's my question.
I mean, that would be, I think, on him and his
team. But I don't know. Marioski froze down the pipeline and shit. You there, champ? No, he's not. All right. Well, while he's in the Shadow Realm battling Bowser, yeah, man, it's crazy because it's strategic, man. This is war, right?
Some war going on outside. No one is safe from.
No one is safe from. Just when you think you know it all, you open up another door and a whole bunch of new shit flooded in.
You walking around scared to death, scared to look shook.
He's
Ain't
back.
no such thing as halfway boxers.
Look out.
Damn, he brought it back. He brought it back.
No, but I was just asking if you were interested in Wilder-Whyte regardless.
I mean, I've always been interested in that because of the bad mouthing they do, F you, yeah, this, girl, that, whatever. It's interesting, drama. We love drama. It's the damn truth. We love drama. And there's a lot of drama in between those two. So it's a lot of entertainment. I just wanted Tyson Fury, Deontay first. I could sit here as a fan and pout like Santa Claus didn't get me what I wanted, but it's not, it's not gonna do anything, man. We're getting what we're getting. It's getting dragged on. So if you're telling me, if he was gonna fight anybody, would you like Whyte? Yeah, I mean, out of all the other guys that I could possibly think of, I mean, there's some pretty competitive. No, I'm not gonna say competitive because the way I feel right now about Wilder, he's ready to just destroy. And he's looking good. So, anybody that's coming up against him right now is in trouble. All that testosterone and fury is going to go straight to the next guy. So, I don't know. I am interested. I think technically as a fight, Whyte has, that gun-ho spirit. He's not afraid. But after taking them shots from Povetkin, I'm like, man, he takes those shots from Deontay Wilder. He's going nighty-night. So, it would be a good fight because of the drama behind it. I stick behind Wilder. You already know. As much as I like Whyte, I got to just say, there's no way in heck you stay away from that right hand 12 rounds. And that's always been the danger with Wilder, that right hand, that power. So it would be all right, man. I guess my long-winded answer for you, Marioski, is that yeah, I'd be all right with it, man. I wouldn't be mad about it if that's the way he had to go or the only way besides Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know. I just think it's something about it.
And Brian Castano, you say he's Argentinian, right?
Yeah, yes. He's from Argentina.
All right, listen, man. I mean, look, I guess because I'm hardcore, but Brian Castano's, I've been listening to that name, hearing that name, excuse me, for a little bit. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of fights, but I guess to what Ness was saying, the English language and being in the audience sometimes is very important. I guess if you're a guy like Canelo, it's not as important. Obviously, you saw the shift though in popularity as soon as he did start speaking English. Yeah, it was nuts. Like he just got mad fans now.
Yo, he just started getting beats done with his payday. You want payday? Yo, you know what? For real, that sounds like a song that I'm trying to I've been thinking of,
you want payday? I know that.
That's right.
Payday. You want a payday?
Yo, we got a super chat
from Boston to San Francisco. Yeah, I do know that's a damn song he was singing.
Get out of here.
Yo, we got a super chat from Mr. Gray that says pronounce Z no. Laugh out loud. Love the show. Fury skirt.
You the man, big dog. Z No is very close to one of my all-time favorite rappers,
right.
Z.
He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
You was right? Because I said Zeno and you said.
And I said Zeno. Yeah.
That's because you're the English lit major. You're the English lit major, man.
And I'm a Zero fan.
That's when the X it's pronounced like a Z, right?
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of X, man, who watched motherfucking Black Widow?
Yo, it was fire.
Yo, that shit was so funny, yo. Her sister making fun of her, talking about
why you jump like this? That was great.
She did it ew, disgusting.
Who played Black Widow?
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yo,
Scarlett,
yourself.
It was.
Slap yourself.
I thought they went the cheesy way and shit. Good, they stuck with her.
What the hell?
Yeah, if they would have went with someone else, it would have been cheesy. I mean,
well, her sister's gonna. Well, I shouldn't say this because that's like spoilers, but her sister's probably gonna be like replaced. I mean, at this point, if you haven't seen Endgame and you don't know she's dead,
but the
like
sister don't even matter because
that's your fault.
Yeah, right.
The sister don't even matter because she's like leaving anyway. She like
left.
She left.
Did you watch the end credits?
I didn't.
The post credits. You got to go watch them. There's like a 4-minute post credit. There's like about 3-4 minutes.
See, I always
because I seen her jump on the boat.
Yeah, you gotta always.
I seen her jump on the plane, and I'm like, okay, she going to free the other girls.
So there's one more scene in current times after the snap and after she gave her life.
Oh yeah.
Black Widow. Yeah, after Natasha gave her life. So there's a scene at the very end that kind of connects to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So yeah, you got to go back and check that one. You know what I love is that Disney Plus is giving everybody the like, if you buy it, like, you got it.
Yeah, you
got
to
it
keep
until further notice.
You get to keep it.
Yo,
not like shitty ass Fox. Who, if you buy a pay-per-view from them, because if you buy a pay-per-view from Fox, they stealing your money. You're not buying a pay-per-view. You're renting an $80 pay-per-view on Fox Digital. So I repeat and employ all of my audience: do not ever buy a digital Fox pay-per-view because you will not be able to see that motherfucker again.
Yo, so Jermell and Brian Castano, real quick, just to give my last cap on that, I guess. What is that? Is that
a super chat by Protege? A super chat by Protege. Shout out to TBD.
Talking about the odds?
Getting me through my morning and cardio. Chino, watch out. Border Wars, September 18th is going down, Watertown, Wisconsin. We got the return of Steven El Chino Rivera taking on Juan. I'm not gonna butcher your last name, but I like to call him Alacrán, like my man from Miguel Berchel, but it's not like that. It's something else. It's like I actually got it written down here. The card is so big, you guys don't even understand. His last name is Juan Alabarrán. I don't know. Let me send it to Doomy, who has the better pronunciations in English and Spanish.
Yo, y'all know, check these odds out. These are like, I don't know. Charlo a minus 227. Castano's a plus 188. Yo, I might put a little money on Charlo. Like 227? That ain't bad.
Let me see my bookie, and you should be using my bookie and using the code BETTBV whenever you're going to make a bet, because it's a way to ensure that you support your favorite podcast without it costing you absolutely nothing. It don't cost nothing. I got Brian. What you got? What's your odds on Brian?
They put on in the pre-pro. It's minus 227 for Charlo, plus 188 for Castano.
Ooh, come on over to my bookie. Use BetTBV. Use the code BetTBV and get plus 240 for Castano. 240 for Castano. If you believe in Castano,
that's like a 50% jump.
If you believe in Castano, use BetTBV on mybookie.ag, and $100 gets you back 340. You see how I made that all
Charlo
rhyme?
On it.
See how I made that all rhyme?
No, yeah, that was fly. That was better than what Enrique tried yesterday.
He's minus 300. Speaking of Enrique, we trying to ensure that we get a Friday weigh-in live from the bar, boxing balls. I really want to do Adrian, who's the hometown guy, versus Enrique, who's our champ. And then we could get some undercard fighters. I'm actually trying to get Justo to perform like a champ the night of the fight.
That would be fire.
Call him fire.
And I was contacted by Harold Hunt, who is an official judge, and he wants to be the judge for Border Wars, or one of them, professional.
Oh, that's
judge.
the homie from Atlanta, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
He'll be in Atlanta
adamant
too.
about being able to. Yeah, that's awesome.
He'll be in Atlanta.
Yeah, I remember him.
Oh, I can't wait to see him, man. Yeah. That's
he wants
dope,
to come out
bro.
and meet the community, and
So wait a minute, that would mean that Boxing Bar's belt is on the line, because wasn't Enrique the last champion anyway?
he was the last champ.
Title fight. Yo, listen to me. I am in because I will give anything to be in a crowd and be able to yell, "Talk to him, Cash." Yo, I'll just be yelling that the entire time.
Talk to
Shout
him,
out to
Cash.
Calico.
Yo,
and if you don't know, then you still don't, unless you go to YouTube.
Let me go to
the guy's name
Carlos
is Juan Albaran.
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 But we just gonna call him Juan, Big Juan, because Juan is like 315, 6'4". So him and Chino about to be a war. Damn, that's happening by mistake. Oh my God. Yo, we got
And
Carlos
they're
Diaz.
still gonna try to hate.
Carlos Diaz says, good morning, TV. Just joined. What did I miss? A lot, Carlito, a lot. But let's go out to some
Dumatron
callers.
activated. Real quick, Rodnell. Is that Rodnell? Is that it? Rodnell with the $5 super chat says, I got them t-shirts. Fury can't taste. Fire sell. Wait, what?
I got them t-shirts.
I got them t-shirts.
Fury
Fury can't taste.
Yeah, like taste, COVID.
Oh, because of COVID.
Oh, yeah. You the man, big dog.
For
Fury
sale,
can't
for
taste.
sale.
For sell. Oh, okay.
No, I mean, I'm assuming he
Yeah,
wanted to
I
put.
butchered
I'm
it.
assuming he wanted
I
to put for
butchered it.
sale. T Bulldog, what you mean? Why you can't super chat? Please delete your app and re-sign in. That happened for Will Lynch, and then he was able to super chat. He was only able to do stickers, so do that. You could log out your YouTube and try that first. If that don't work, then delete the app, re-download the app, sign back in, and you should be good. We going out to Brooklyn.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
King Born, get your headgear ready. Oh, you dropped off, see? Oh, there you go. King Born, get your mic ready and all that, because I'm about to go to you, but first I got to do my little spiel. You know we trying to get to 127,300. Yesterday we was at 127,219. I'm going to hit the refresh, see where we at.
Hold up.
That ain't no drum roll.
Yeah, somebody just got shot with a freaking.
We are at 127,244, so we gained more than 20-something subs since yesterday's show, which is great. I just need now, 60-something, and we're at that 127.3. 127.3. Obviously, goal for us is 130,000. So yeah. We gonna go out to King Born, but remember, if you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. We're trying to crush these goals, and only you can help us get to those by telling a friend to tell a friend that we talk boxing every single day. It seems like no matter how many episodes we do every single day, boxing fans don't know we're here every single day. So yeah, we're here. I even did a Saturday morning. I even did a Saturday morning this Saturday. You know, I love what I do. You love boxing. Why not?
Saturday morning cartoon status?
I did it. But we going out to King Born in Brooklyn on the road somewhere. Shout out to my truck drivers. What's going on?
When you see old dirty bastard form a position like that, then you know that I'm getting ready to bust your.
Yo, what up?
Yo, you hear me? Morning. Listen, man. Let's get to this Fury shit. He's the snakehead. He's Cobra Commander. Yo, he's more nastier. He's more nastier than buying a dog for Lizzo, but she's 50 pounds heavier. She's more fouler than shooting a fair one with a midget and pulling out a flare gun and shooting him in the chest. Listen, man, this Fury shit, franchise shit, is bullshit, man. He's ducking Wilder, man. Yo, the dude is in the witness protection program right now. Where he at? He in Russia. You know what I mean? They trying to put a power pellet in him. And Yo, his own pops running 6 miles, y'all. 6 miles at 56. You heard? So I'm gonna put it like this: if you go to Kingborn Bravada, you know what I mean, like Nets Bravada, put 60 on Charlo, but put 40 on Castano, man. Don't fuck the bread up. Never fuck the bread up. But I want Charlo to stay at 154 and get busy, man. Who he fighting at 160? That shit got no merit, man. That shit like taking a PPE loan, right? And you bought dirty cars, and then you mad because you got caught with only 29 cars. But the government still wants their bread. It has no basis, y'all. Fuck that. Let Charlo get busy at 154. Let him become the next B-Hop. You know what I mean? Fight everybody. Have 20 title defenses. Let him do that, man. I'm not feeling none at 160. Who he fighting? Liam Smith? Who he fighting? Come on, man. Let that shit go. And I'm telling y'all, man, Benavidez and Charlo at 160, they gotta happen. But Fury is a fungus, and he on some sucker shit. And Dillian Whyte, Wilder, for what, man? For what? Knock him out in 2 rounds and shit? What's that going to do for Wilder?
What you mean? And we talking about. Did you hear the show, or you just going off the title? What you going on? I just want to know.
I heard part of the show, man. Nah. We gonna get in the mix. But my thing is this, man. Like the Dillian Whyte shit. Like, who really cares? We want revenge because we wanted to see if Povetkin could knock out Wilder. Whyte, right? What the fuck is Deontay Bomb Squad is going to do? Come on, man. He gonna fly that man out the ring and shit like he on a magic carpet. But listen, man, we gotta get to it, y'all. We gotta get to it, man. Don't let Fury fool y'all. Y'all, that franchise shit. Crap.
So I don't know if anybody just tuning in, man. Maybe y'all ain't getting what's going on or what could possibly happen. So when Devin Haney was injured, they made him champion in recess, and they mandated Fortuna Ryan to be full champ. So Haney was like, no, I'm okay. Because of COVID and the time off, I'm healed. I'm ready to defend my world title. I don't want to be champion in recess any longer, because it was the opportunity of him losing the belt and being champion in recess and then having to say, all right, I'm available, and now fight the new champion in Ryan or Javier, who could simply vacate the belt. Right now, Fury's in the same situation. He's a champion that cannot defend. He is injured, inactive with COVID, and absent for 3 months. So all we saying is, or rather Whyte is saying, that the WBC should make him full champion, because that's what the interim champion is. That's what happens when you're interim. You get elevated, like Ugas got elevated. So he's saying, elevate me and Wilder fight, and Fury get the winner. Just saying. I'm just reporting the news, man. Y'all got to stop getting so fucking upset. Like, this doesn't have to be what I want. This is the news. He's talking to Sky. I'm trying to get Mauricio on, who hasn't even looked at my message. You know what I'm saying? He must be busy. I see he was up late. They say he was on WhatsApp last night at 1 in. Shout out to my good friend.
All right. Why is WhatsApp telling on people and shit?
Yeah, it's like your reads. It's like your reads. It lets you know, like, yo, last time.
Yeah, but like the read only lets you do with somebody who was having a conversation.
Yeah, now WhatsApp tells you last seen, like he was last seen at.
And it don't matter whose message it is. It's just like, yo, he looked at a message
if you got a conversation open with him, it tells you. That's
so he looked at your message at whatever 140 whatever.
I mean, it usually turns blue when they look at your message. If it's gray.
So that's what I'm saying. So it was somebody, you don't know exactly who, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's telling. Like I don't want to be like
your conversation.
Like, yo, what's he doing?
It's in your you don't get it. You don't get it. But it's
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it.
Matter of
fact, hold up.
Hit me
I'm gonna go down the tunnel. I'll be back.
Matter of fact, let me hit Zeno.
No.
With the 3 super chat alarm, he went 3. He got 3 in. We last stopped at Carlitos. We going to Rodnell. You did that. I went to Fred. Is up for Ken Stone. No, we didn't go to Fred. Fred said. Fred.
What did Fred
Robinson said. Where's that? Where's your new super chat, Fred? Why ain't it showing up?
I went from Rodnell to Ken Stone, champion to
Carlos.
Carlos.
I see from Rodnell to Ken Stone.
Nah, you got Fred. I don't know why it's not there, but it says
Shadow Realm.
If Maul vacated 160 became mandatory, does Canelo fight him or email the WBC for the franchise tag? Thinking emoji.
Nope. Probably email.
Nope.
Yo, why Ness giving his burner account free super chats?
I don't even understand that. I'm trying to think of that. Like he said, if Maul vacated 160 became mandatory. Mandatory to who? To 168? I mean, I'm lost. Like that shit makes no sense.
But he said Maul. Maybe he meant Mel. That makes sense. If Mel vacated and then went to 160, would he be the mandatory for WBC? Is that what he's saying? Because I can't see it, so I don't know.
He can't be the mandatory for Canelo. Canelo just a franchise at 60. And he already said he don't want no more franchise statuses.
Man, they need to take that thing off him. You know what? There you go. Mel goes up and fights for the vacant WBC because why does Canelo still have it?
We got Ken Stone with the super chatty. He got the $2 super chat. Says Fury has the ring belt and doesn't need the WBC.
I mean, I was argue the prestigiousness of one versus the other, but what can't be argued is the undisputed nature that comes along with the sanctioning belts. You could have 3 belts in a Ring magazine. It does not make you undisputed.
We got
Carlos Diaz with the next super chat with the $2, $1.99. Suleiman. He says Suleiman franchise was for multi-division champs. So he's saying that Suleiman said franchise was for multi-division champs.
Yeah, that's why Fury won't get franchise. He'll get champion in recess status.
No, and you convinced me of that because I went off the title. I was looking at it, but you're right. Go ahead.
What makes you a multi-division? 3 belts?
Champion.
More than one belt in 2 different divisions.
More than one, yeah.
So maybe I missed that. So why can't Tyson Fury be a franchise?
Because he's only in the heavyweight division, champion.
Oh, okay.
But that doesn't mean anything, man.
Oh, Doobie saying he's dropping down to Bridger weight.
That doesn't mean anything, man.
He probably could.
Mauricio would do whatever he sees fit at that time. Every situation is individual, is how I look at it. Word. We got Rich Mendez with the super chat. Rich says $10. Canelo has set the precedent in escaping his contract. That puts the PBC in danger of losing fighters. The courts go back and look. And who was the guy with the red outfit and the laptop? Flavor Flav. What the hell are you talking about? Y'all be losing me. Y'all be losing me for real. We going out the Chief Red. What up?
Man, what's going on with y'all this morning, man?
Chilling.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, man, I want to tell everybody, man, grab all your casual boxing fan friends because this Brian Castano versus Jermell Charlo is going to be a hell of a fight. If y'all ever watch Brian Castano fight, he's a very aggressive, inside, high-volume puncher. The fight is going to be the type of fight that makes casuals happy. The type of fight that casuals always complain about that they won't because Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, they're born. Well, you're not going to get this because you're going to get a fireworks show. Tune in, do not miss these fights. I'm going to holler at y'all.
All right.
Cheers.
We got a super chat from Rod in the 87. No. 199 says, so we ignoring the fact that Tyson Fury has fake COVID. You have anything to prove that? Because we don't even have anything to prove. We don't even have anything to prove Tio's COVID. I mean, do we feel...
Also, that was like the first... Just saying.
You said
Yo,
what? His
wild.
soundbite cut your whole sentence off. What you say?
No, I was just saying, last night we talked about that for the first half hour of the show. Like, we didn't ignore anything.
Yeah, we totally brought up the conspiracy that Joseph Parker being at the UFC, maybe Rod in the 870 was busy and didn't hear it.
Possibly.
We're going out to Seattle, hoping that it's not rainy and raining on your day.
Mr. TBC, baby. BoxingVoice.com.
I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen. Get the sharpest knife and cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. TBC, baby.
All right then. All right, no problem. We're going out to Coach Myers, Boomerang. What up? What up? What
Boomy.
Up?
Boomerang.
What up?
Yo, you get me?
We hear you. We hear you.
Hey, what's going on? Do me, Mario. Ness was good.
Sure.
I think what is it? What's the younger one? Mel should move up after he's undisputed. You know, through history, if you're undisputed, they usually don't defend that undisputed belts, like unless it's a huge mega fight like Usyk and Bellew. But you can look through history, people when they undispute, they usually don't just continue defending their 4 titles. That usually doesn't happen. So he should move up. He has all 4 belts. He can go any route he wants. Hey, listen, petition the WBA. Go after Murata. Go after, he doesn't have to, just because his brother's in the division, not be in the division. They was in the same division at 154. I think more people will be accepted to fight little Charlo than big Charlo because of his accolades. So, hey, move up. Don't stop just because your brother's at 160 and not doing nothing. So, that's my call.
Say what?
Yeah, man.
So he fights his brother?
They advised by the same person. There's just more opportunities for Mel at 54. It's like Tio's undisputed. It was in house. Mel's is in house. It's not Maul's fault that Heyman doesn't have the rest of the pieces at 160. We're going out to Cincinnati though.
Hey, whole nother time zone. Jumped up from back with our mind on. Can't play when you here, get your life stole. If you bring it here, then the price grow. From jabbing and punching the line long. I drop a pigeon, let 9 go. We slap with the thick glass and white go. This only happens in Ohio.
Ness, what's going on? How it sound, brother?
You good? I'm good. What it do?
Yeah, what's up, Mario? What's up, Doomy? Shout out to everybody. Yeah, man, I don't think Tyson Fury, me personally, I don't think he deserved a franchise title. He hasn't done enough to even earn it. I mean, he defended the belt, so why should they franchise him?
Champion in recess is what I'm calling for, or rather, Whyte is specifically the one saying, make him champion in recess since he cannot defend, elevate me to full champion, let me face Wilder, winner gets Fury.
Okay, I mean, that can work, but, it's too much risk in that for Wilder. Why would he do that when he got the golden name?
He get the real belt. He get the real belt. Listen, if you champion in recess, that's all you are. You lose the belt. You got to go fight the champion that has it to become real champion. Being champion in recess only allows you a shot at the real champion.
Okay, I mean, I can see where it makes. I just don't think it makes sense. Maybe in a perfect world, but it ain't happening. As far as the Charlo Castano, I think this is gonna be a good fight. I've seen Castano fight. He does bring it. He's a little more polished version of like Marcos Maidana, in my opinion. So it is gonna be an interesting fight. Charlo has had issues with guys who come forward and bring the pressure on him, but it's just. He has that endurance. So I do think, Castano can win this fight, but I'm picking Charlo. And as far as the moving up shit, nah, man, stay where you at. Why when you got all these pieces right on your side of the street, why move up to 160 and go through the same political shit that your brother going through? It ain't gonna change. It's gonna be you got fucking J-Rock and all these guys, Lubin. You got Sebastian Fundora. Just to move up to 160 and have to deal with the political shit. I don't think he should do that, man. So I think he should stay where he at and defend his belts. And then you got Tim Tszyu too. You can go fight. So yeah, he should stay at 154. But that's my opinion. That's my call. Y'all peace out, man.
All right. Rich Mendez said, "Come on, Ness. Yesterday's show, evening. That guy. I still don't know. Mario, you was on the show. Anybody was on the show with a red laptop?
I'm pretty sure he's talking about Enrique now, but I can't be certain. It definitely wasn't Punch. Punch wasn't in a red shirt. Amin wasn't in a red shirt.
No. There was 6 of us though at one point.
Oh shit, there was 6 of us, wasn't there? Who else was there? Was Cash? I think Cash was wearing a red shirt. You know what? I'm gonna go back and look.
Alrighty. If you're on Blog Talk and we haven't gone to you, it's because you haven't pressed 1. And that's why we ain't go to you.
Yo, did you go to Big Juan?
Big Juan? There's no Big Juan there.
He was there. Oh, he dropped. Whatever. It's all good.
Damon, what up? Skype, what up? Skypey. Mr.
Champy,
Wilson.
don't make me hit you with the crickets.
Mr. Wilson.
Yo, while we waiting on him,
Mr.
let me take this
PBC, we already ran to you and you dropped off, so we're back if you're available. Mr. PB. Oh, there goes Damon.
That's a fucking lie.
Hey, no, fellas, I was just listening. My bad.
Okay. And all right then, so go ahead, Mr. PBC. And no, it's not a lie. Please stop cursing early in the morning for no reason.
Mr. PBC. Mr. PBC.
Yo.
Gang banging on bacon in the morning, man.
Come on, man. This is ridiculous. I get treated. It's a beautiful day in the PBC neighborhood. The best part of waking up is PBC in my cup. I used to have TBV in my cup, but too much sugar. I predicted this yesterday. I predicted this yesterday. It has to go this way. If it doesn't go this way, somebody needs to go to court. I think that this fight should happen with Dillian-Whyte, and Tyson Fury should sit back and not be able to fight nobody, and hopefully get the winner of Dillian-Whyte and Deontay Wilder. With the Charlo Jermell, I can't wait for this fight. This is fight week. It's going to be a beautiful fight. It ain't going to be like Conor McGregor's fight. Shout out to Conor McGregor. He's done for. I'm glad. The reign of Conor McGregor is officially over.
Yo, real quick.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Please.
Yo, he was talking about Troy. Troy had the red shirt and a laptop. Actually, he had like a track
yes,
jacket.
that is Troy. That was
Troy. He was talking about Troy. Yo, and I just real quick want to take this opportunity to plug. I will be on HCP Hispanics Causing Panics podcast with D Style and G Funk and the crew on Tuesday at 9 Eastern on YouTube. HCP Hispanics Causing Panic with D Style, G Funk and the crew, and I'm gonna be a guest on there. So please tune in, show some support. Let's make sure TBV community out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Strong.
Yo, I feel jealous, yo. They had us both on last week. Now they only want you back. I ain't Hispanic enough.
You didn't cause enough panic, bro. You didn't cause enough panic. Your panic level.
Hey, yo, check out Blog Talk for me. If you're on Blog Talk and I haven't gone to, it's because you haven't pressed 1. In the meantime, we going to JT in Dallas. What up?
J to the T.
Yo.
All right. We going out to Dallas.
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. Come on. That was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. You know, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What you gonna do about it?
I'm killing this mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
Hear me?
We hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You gonna have people thinking I'm from Dallas, man. You can just say New Orleans, because that's where I'm from. Always will be.
Right,
But
you from Dallas now, man. You out in Dallas
I ain't
getting
from
all
Dallas.
that good work.
I live in Dallas. I'm loving it. But due to the topic, Tyson Fury, I just felt that so I got my own heart at. I just felt that it's been a ring around the world to get Tyson Fury back in the ring. A lot of people, the fans gonna be biased to it. They're not gonna see that. So I just felt Tyson Fury wasn't ready for this fight, and he thought if he didn't cheat in the second fight, he would have took this fight like 704 said, be licking his chops to hop in the ring to beat Wilder up again. But I think he cheated the last fight, so I think karma coming back on him, and he's not too sure about this fight. This is my opinion. I just feel like he wasn't ready for this fight, so he came up with a bullshit excuse to get out of it. Due to the Charlo and the Castano fight, and it just proved my point what I was saying last time, that names are bigger than the belt. You know, like that. A lot of people rather hop in the ring with a Canelo or a big name than to get a belt, because the thing about it, undisputed should be the biggest thing. One of the biggest things to accomplish in boxing. It should be a highest paid fight, because you're doing all the belts. But that's not how this world is. I mean, that's not how the boxing world is. It's really the fans who like their favorite fighters and stuff like that. And you got fighters that's big.
Yeah, but it would be that. That's what I'm saying. Y'all want him to move up. Not you specifically. I want him to stay there and welcome the Lubin. You know, if
the old lion holding down the fort, brother.
Yeah, like, why move up and have nothing there? Like, your brother's having that trouble. And if JT feels that way, he agrees with me, because he's saying undisputed should mean something. So then you're defending your undisputed title, and every fighter that gets a shot at it gets a shot at being undisputed, which means something. Every single fight is historical, because win or lose, Jermell either continues this never before done, because Vlad didn't have the WBC. Vlad had every belt but the WBC. Vitali had that. So when he went on this 12-year run, he gets credit for holding down the division, but he wasn't undisputed. When B-Hop had 20 defenses, he wasn't undisputed. If this dude could have 5, 6, even 3 undisputed defenses, is unheard of. When Tyson Fury won the belts from Vlad, which wasn't undisputed, he immediately vacated the IBF. When Terrence Crawford, who gets overglorified for undisputed, he immediately vacated one of the belts as well. I think it was the IBF as well, or one of them shits, bro. Like, It's hard to keep all the belts, and it's expensive. And maybe it doesn't get done because it's a dream, because you're giving sanction and fees all these thousands of dollars, and your opponent might not be worth the fight. Like, but if they allow him to pick and choose, we want a Lubin fight. You know, a guy like Luis Aries, who's promoted by Mayweather Promotions, a fight with him and Charlo maybe could be a decent fight because of the Mayweather connection. You know, he just beat Jarrett Hurd. Rosado just put himself back in position with this big ass knockout. You know, there's people out there, I think, but you know, debate show, call in. You don't agree? You think he should move up? Give us some fights, because Danny moving up, that's a big fight. Danny gets an opportunity at being undisputed in the 3rd division, and Charlo gets an opportunity at a big name. You know, if Danny goes on and fights Harrison first, Charlo could build a trilogy with Harrison if Harrison could beat Danny. You know, Thurman will eventually move up. Porter will eventually move up. You know, there's names there. Like, he don't got to go up there and get all claustrophobic with his brother. Like, give each other space. What, rep it? What up?
Rep it.
Salute to the entire panel. I agree with you. He should just stay at Charlo should just stay at 154. Fight all these guys. Get a Tim Tszyu fight. Get a Danny Garcia fight. Get a Fedora fight. Get all these guys coming up. I will give him a lot of credit for all that stuff. Another thing is this. I'm digging the Showtime lead up to the fight, man. It's showing us Charlo's heart. It's showing us his the inner self of it, right? A lot of people didn't see this side of him, right? Both him and Castano, they're showing a lot of things, and it's hyping the fight, man. It's almost giving me no one to root for though, man, because both of them have a lot of heart. But I favor Charlo in this fight. I know Castano has that high guard, and he goes in and attacks. He uses rights and lefts to the body, but I favor Charlo in the fight. I have a question for you though, Ness. Did you ever get back to that whole thing with Benavidez and Big Charlo? Did you guys ever get back on that, or what?
What do you mean by back on it?
Meaning, has there been any new info on that, or have either reached out to Al Heyman to try making that fight or any of that stuff?
Nah, but we did tell him we was gonna wait 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, Troy's a character though. He went in and ruined the whole thing, bro. When that thing was going in, that's just the classic. That was classic podcasting right there. All right, I'm off the show, man, and you guys are killing it. Thanks for my call.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling in. We got Big Juan.
Big Juan in
Wisconsin, right? You from Wisconsin, Juan?
Yeah, yo, got me?
We got
Kansas
you.
City, I thought.
Yo, it's Border Wars' newest heavyweight sensation, a.k.a. protege, Ness.
You?
I'm going to keep it simple. It's just Elberon. That's it.
Alberon.
Elberon, so the ace is pronounced like an E.
But please tell me the nickname is One Time.
One Time.
Yo, I'm with Doomy on this Wilder Fury shit. I think he saw Wilder working out and the intensity in him. I think Fury got scared a little bit, and I think they need to go back. They thought they need to go back and retrain, man.
Hell yeah.
And as far as Charlo and Castano, I think it'll be a good fight. I mean, they're running short. They're running short for opponents for Charlo. I mean, sooner or later, these guys are all going to have to fight each other, man. All of them. All of it, they need to fight each other, man. Yo, that's my call, man.
Yo, before you go, man, we got a Border Wars show Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I wanted to ask, did you see your opponent's bar footage he put in the Border Wars chat over there on Facebook? No?
I saw that.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Pretty
I'm
fluid.
not impressed, you know.
Really?
Yo, I'm bringing it, man. I'm bringing it.
Ooh, that
He
man.
He gonna get hit. He gonna get hit one time, and the game plan's going out the window, man. I'm done.
Wow.
Done. It's over with.
What are you doing to work on stamina? Because, you've never fought, though. Say that thought
Just
for
hitting
Wednesday,
the bag
though, man.
repeatedly.
Oh, nah. You got to do
Hitting
more
the
than
bag,
that.
repeat, man. Repeat.
You got to do
Let's
more
go,
than that.
champ.
But
You
listen,
feel me?
Wednesday, 7 p.m., we're going to be talking Border Wars. Come on down. Join us. Looks like we should be getting our first guest right now. We're going to see. Is he out here? Boom. We've added him. So all you got to do is pick on up. In the meantime, we're going to go to... So I want to explain something, too. For everybody that's like, yo, Wilder don't need Whyte. I don't think y'all understand how boxing works. Like, if they make Fury champion in recess... Wilder don't need Fury. He just wants the belt. But we have our first guest, Rayo. What's going on? Yeah, we see you, Rayo. What's going on, man? Mr. Valenzuela. Can you turn that sideward left? Yep.
What's up, guys?
Damn, you got
What's
your
up,
rotation
champ?
lock. Can you take rotation lock off? It's just so that you get the wide screen.
There you go.
Appreciate that. So we're being joined by Jose El Rayo Valenzuela. He's trained by Jose Benavidez Jr., and he's looking to step in for Austin Dulé and take on the Rolando Romero fight, who is signed and promoted by Mayweather Promotions. Am I correct with everything thus far, Rayo?
Yep.
So what is it about Rolando Romero that you feel you can capitalize on taking this fight on short notice, man?
Well, I'm in training camp. You know, I'm ready. I feel strong. I feel good, and it's a great opportunity. You know, he posted on his Instagram that it's a world title fight and that it's a lot of money, and people are turning it down. In my head, I don't understand why. And you know, I feel like I could beat him, so why not?
Now, first and foremost, let me thank you for coming on the show because I know you're on the West Coast, so you're getting up early to be on this interview and you know, put yourself out there to our East Coast audience, so we appreciate that. Why do you think Rolly should give you the opportunity? Because let's just answer that. Why do you feel you deserve the opportunity?
It was a late notice call, you know. We're on the same promotion. We both work with Luis de Cuba. All he got to do is call him and say he does want it. You know, Luis knows that I want it. And then the fight can be easily made. If you needed a last minute replacement, you know, why not me?
Wait, you were already on the card?
No, I'm on the August 28th card.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
So when you say Luis de Cuba's knows already, did you yourself ask Louis to get you that fight? Did you have Jose Benavidez Sr. contact Louis? Like, how do you know he knows?
Yeah, because Benavidez, you know, he called him. He's like, hey, just you know, heads up, Ryo's ready. You guys need a replacement, and they said definitely that they'll keep me in mind, and if anything happens, then I'm in there.
So we're being told,
but he has a new replacement.
Yeah,
now,
I was about to say that.
Yeah, so if anything, you know, maybe I could, you know, join.
So
what would be, real quick, what would be like too late of a notice? Like, what's your cutting off point for you?
There's
no cutting off. So they called you the night before the fight.
I'm ready.
Woo!
Let's go,
I
champ.
like it.
Feel me?
And real quick, just to
You
give,
gotta take, you know, I feel like in life you gotta take opportunities like this, man. They change your life, you know.
Absolutely. Real quick, let me just give his bio. It's Jose El Rayo Venezuela.
Yeah.
Valenzuela, who is 8-0 with 5 KOs out of the lightweight division. He is from Sinaloa, Mexico, born, but currently resides in Seattle, Washington. 5'8", so it's got some height to him too. Coming off of 2 wins.
I'm taller than 5'8".
You're taller than 5'8". Oh man, BoxRec tripping. How tall are you?
Yeah, they play with my height. I'm 5'11".
5'11". They got off by 3.
Shit.
Yo, they playing games over there.
Yo, leave it like that. Motherfuckers are surprised when they in the ring with you.
But
I know, right?
Rayo,
Like,
let me ask you, man, because I've been doing this for almost 12 years. So, like, I'm not saying you capping. I'm not saying you clout chasing. But you're 8-0. Rolly has got a lot of experience on you. How deep is your amateur career, and why do you think you're ready for a regular world champion right now? Like, no one on your resume even looks like a Rolly.
Nah, but I mean, Rolly hasn't been looking too good himself, so I think I can capitalize on him.
So, well, you talking about the Jackson Martinez fight?
Yeah, I just think in general, you know, he's a wild fighter, you know, and he does have power, but I think I have power too, and I just think my boxing skills can, you know, take me out there and slowly pick him apart, and then maybe even stop him if I, you know, place the right shots. And I do have better shot placement than him. I don't think he really, you know, I feel like he just throws, you know.
What is your amateur background? How many amateur fights?
I had 50 fights. I lost 5.
Oh wow! So this is all like dog. This is like David, you know, like
I've been boxing. I mean, I've been boxing since I was 10 years old, man. But the thing is, being up in Seattle, there wasn't really no, like, you know, big boxing scene out there. But I gotta remember in the amateur, like, not even losing for like 3 years straight. You know, I didn't fight many times, but I didn't lose for like 3 years, from like 14 to 17.
Very interesting. So, Louis DeCubas has been with you for how long?
Since I started.
Wow. Okay. And your first professional fight was in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
They moving you pretty well. I mean, 4 fights, 2 fights.
Yeah, the Corona thing
slowed you down.
My first fights, I wasn't looking good, man. You know, it was so different for me. You know, my first fight, prior to that, I hadn't fought in a year in the amateurs, and I really wasn't active in the amateurs. So, you know, I had to slow down, and honestly, this Corona thing really helped me. That was the best thing that could happen to me, because me and Benavides Senior, we really linked. We linked brains, and I started understanding what he needed me to do, and I'm doing it now.
So how long have you been with Senior, Jose Benavides Senior, as your trainer?
I was probably I think I was 18, about to turn 19, a few years now. Yeah.
How many fights did he do out of your 8?
All of them.
Oh, he's been with you all 8. Okay.
Yeah, he was in my pro. I was in camp for a whole year with him before I did my pro debut. Yeah, and that's when I sparred Teofimo and all these guys. I sparred a lot of great champions like Machado, Freddie Roy. I sparred a lot of guys, and he just kept taking me everywhere. The best sparring there was for me, he would just take me.
So you brought up Tio, man. Your name is.
I was familiar. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. Yeah,
that's what I was.
That's what I'm
go
saying.
Ahead.
You've gotten a little famous in terms of the boxing industry as the guy that may or may not have knocked down Teofimo Lopez in sparring. I've never asked Tio. But yeah, I mean, talk to us about it, because your trainer definitely talks about it and says you've knocked down Tio in sparring.
I mean, I really would like not to speak too much on it, but I mean, it's because it's all people, I just don't want to be recognized for more than that. But yeah, you probably shouldn't ask him, because I'm sure you hurt his ego, bro. I promise you that. He knows deep down. Because I personally, when I have a bad sparring, I'm just talking a little bad sparring, I feel like I can't even. It bugs me all day, and I can't wait to get back in there to get it back.
Exactly.
So I know that guy must not be sleeping, bro. Him and his dad, with that ego so high they got, and man, hit him right where it hurt.
And how long ago was this? When was this?
This was before my pro debut.
Wow, so you were still an amateur.
Yeah.
What did that do
and
for
I was,
your confidence?
I was a little boy, I was light. I was walking around real light. I was walking around 138. Now I'm becoming a man, and I think I am a man. And
so
you're only 22, right?
Yeah, bro. It's for
Man, you're still young.
How do you look at that situation, though? Do you look at it like, yo, I just had a good day in sparring, or you look at it like
I just knew what to throw. I studied fighters. I knew what to throw, and I think I knew what to throw, and I did it right away, and I did it fast, and he just didn't expect it. And he smirked, and then I just kept coming, and I caught him with a good body shot, and he just, you can't. When you get hit with a good body shot, there's nothing you can do.
Worse. Yo, so wait, when you say you study fighters, that mean you study guys that you're about to get in the ring with, or you're just putting paper on everybody in the division?
Yeah, I think I just watch everybody. Whoever I'm watching, whenever I'm watching, I'm always watching how will I beat this guy. I don't care what.
That's dope. Oh wow! So you watch Tyson Fury and you're looking.
Yeah,
for
and I'm
things.
thinking if I was in there, I would be doing this to him.
That's what's up.
I watch it from a lefty perspective, and I just kind of I study.
I love that mentality.
Yeah.
We got James Valdez from San Antonio, Texas, who says, if you could pick and get your next 3 fights, who would it be, 1 through 3?
I would do Rolly first. Then after beating him, I wouldn't care who I got after that. But then after that, I'll go with Teofimo.
There you trying to go through the friends, because they are friends, Rolly and Tia.
Yeah, they are. That's a coincidence, man. But
Hey, listen. Let me ask you something, Jose. I never seen. Well, what I'm looking at right now is you never been past the fourth round. How's your conditioning? Strategies going right now in camp, or what you've been doing to get that air up? Because what is this? A 12-round fight with Rolly?
Well, he's not fighting Rolly. Rolly took another.
Not
fight.
yet, but it would be a 12 round. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It would be a 12 round.
I mean, just training hard, bro. You know, we get up early in the morning, we run 5-6 miles, running hills, mountains. We do some swimming here and there. Then we come back, we sleep, we eat. We go to the boxing gym. We come back, rest, eat. Then we go to get to strength and conditioning. So I'm training all day like a soldier, bro. So, I'm ready. I'm far away from my family. I'm focused and I'm hungry.
So you have a date but no opponent, right?
No opponent yet.
Okay. We got
go ahead.
Coach Myers that says lightweight division is getting spicy with the looking emoji. Belts aside, who do you think is the best fighter with the best skill set at 135? Is it Tank? Is it Devin? Is it Ryan Garcia, Lomachenko, or Teofimo?
I think Tank, and then I'll go with Teofimo.
What is it about Tank and Teo for you?
I just think, Tank, he hasn't really been touched like that. He hasn't really been shown that he was like under heavy pressure. Teofimo beat Loma, but at the end it was looking like whoa, what's going? Maybe he could have gone the other way.
Sure.
So I think Tank's.
We got a call.
Probably got a call.
Yeah, he got a call.
Yo, but Tank's numero uno in his book.
He
Yo,
said, right?
It said it's true. I never seen Tank really like under like distress. Even though Santa Cruz was throwing some heat at him, he was walking through him. So yeah.
But I'm wondering, Doomy, if he thinks the Berto fight, like what he thinks of that. If Tank takes the Berto fight, 'cause we were talking about that last night.
Well, hopefully he could come back.
Tank to fighting Berto at 147 or a welterweight at somewhere.
Which Berto are we talking about here?
Andre Berto.
Andre?
There's only one.
There's only one Andre Berto. And that man's in his prime, ranked top 5.
I never said that. But there's only one Andre Berto.
No way, man.
There's only one.
Andre? Okay, so your first reaction, what do you think of that fight? While we wait for
No. I mean, look, Berto's always been fast and all that stuff. And look, I can't knock him. Everybody's out here fighting. What's my man's name? The Cuban dude. And Tank fought him. Devin fought him. God, that's my
Gamboa.
Gamboa, yeah. Everybody's out here fighting Gamboa. Why am I gonna get mad if he fights Andre Berto, right? But
that's a good way to put it.
But Berto's a little past his prime, so to speak.
But he's a welterweight. Tank's a featherweight.
You give him credit for just fighting and beating a welterweight that has been at that.
I'm not even gonna go down his argument with y'all again. I mean,
I'm
it's
asking
cool.
Doomy. Ain't even arguing. I'm asking Doomy.
What do they say? What do they say? A little big man can't beat a good big man.
Yeah,
like,
big man. Yeah.
Or a little guy. A little man can't beat a big.
Yeah. But when you got that.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yo, my bad, guys. My fault.
Oh, you there? Okay, Jose.
Oh,
there.
he came back.
I just kicked him out by mistake. How you know?
Ew.
Yeah. Call us back.
Hey, what happened?
Call back, champ. Call back.
No.
Yo.
What happened? We got questions from Patreon that need answering.
Call you.
Is that him? You there?
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. All right.
My bad. My phone had died.
Nah, it's
all good.
We got Emmanuel. Actually, we wanted to ask you this this little conversation that has been floating in the internet. I don't know if you've seen Leonard Ellerby said that Tank's next fight could possibly be 147-pound, quote unquote, big pay-per-view. And then we see that Andre Berto's in the WBA rankings at number 10. Do you think that is a fight, like a good fight, if Tank went up to welterweight and fought Andre Berto, who hasn't fought in 4 years at welterweight?
I think he could do it just to say he beat a 147 pounder and stuff like that. But I don't think it would give him much credit. I mean, yeah, I think cool. I'm sure probably beat him, but I don't think it would be like. I wouldn't give him like too much credibility.
All right. Emmanuel, actually, what Rep says, Rayo, ¿cómo está, hermano? Will you continue doing the bulletproof vest walkout? And how did you come up with the idea for that walkout?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it, till my career's over, and just an idea, bulletproof, I feel like I train like a soldier, I gotta fight like one.
So, again, going back to the Leonard Ellerbe thing and you being Mexican, what if it were Mikey fighting Tank at 147?
That's a good fight.
Man, you smiled about that one. Oh, great one, huh?
That's a good fight. I also think Teofimo and, what's it called? Mikey Garcia would be a great fight.
Yeah,
I like that fight,
too.
A lot.
Yeah, Mikey.
They gotta throw Mikey Garcia into this mix, bro.
Yeah,
they
do.
I don't know why they don't really.
It sounds like he's trying to do some business with Regis, but I think the Tank fight is bigger for him.
I also think that the Manny fight and not getting it kind of hurt. It hit him. It hit him where it hurts.
He's been out the ring for a minute too.
Yeah. Next one coming in from Big Casual said, "What's up, champ? With the big news coming out about Fury having Coward 19, damn. Do you expect to see the trilogy between him and Wilder, or do you think he will begin talking about depression and retire? #2time."
I'm definitely a psychopath, and I hope he knows that.
No, I think the fight will happen. If that was the reason, hopefully, they get well, and then if not, they'll figure it out and they'll get back to things. I think the heavyweight division will get back to rolling into that, big hype that was going on.
Agreed. Next one coming in from James Benitez in San Antonio said Ellerbe was talking about Tank fighting at welterweight. Would you think Jose Benavidez Jr. be a good fight for Tank, especially since Tank wants to return in October and Jose now with PBC?
Jose can't make 147 by October, can he?
No, I don't think not by October. He's gonna maybe do 150, 154, and then
go
see how
down.
he feels.
Okay.
Work his way. Oh, okay. That's smart.
Yeah, because I seen him on the bag. He looked a little chunky. He's still working. We got Brandon in Houston that says, "Thanks for coming on, champ. As an up-and-coming prospect, from your perspective, who is the biggest star, meaning name and biggest payday in the divisions from 130 to 140?
The biggest stars?
Biggest star.
All these guys are there right now. Teofimo, the Tank, Devin Haney.
He said that the star has to represent the biggest name and the biggest payday. So who do you think is your biggest payday from 130 to 140?
Probably Tank.
Tank, that makes sense.
Probably. We're both on the same under the same promotion, so that'd be big.
For sure.
Do you think that, politics aside, is the Tio fight bigger financially and a bigger name, or is Tank still a bigger name and a bigger purse for you?
Well, definitely, I think Tank is a bigger name. I think it just so it comes with the purse, I think Teofimo is a big fight, just because of the history we have. But I think like numbers and
True.
I don't think Teofimo. I don't think he got COVID. I think actually, I feel like maybe I might be wrong though. Maybe he couldn't sell.
Yo, so if you think wait, if you think that for Tio, why you don't think that for Fury?
I don't know. Maybe I do.
Hey, what happened?
Yo, Rayo.
I don't think. The thing I wouldn't say that on Fury then because that's Fury and Deontay Wilder, that's gonna sell. So I'm like, I don't know what's the reason.
So you think the Kambosos fight wouldn't do too well?
Yeah, I don't think so. Not like they.
Well,
not
Raya,
like they
man,
think in their head.
We want to thank you, obviously, for coming on, brother.
Yo,
I know.
Chan, real quick, can I just?
I got 15 more minutes if you guys.
Okay.
I know I told you guys I had to leave, but
Okay, cool. Let me just squeeze in one more before we let you go. I just am curious about the move, from Mexico to Seattle. Just talk about it. Your age or whatever you can give us. In terms of the details about that.
Well, I was young. I was like about 3 years old. My mom and dad decided to come over here. They came over here we were actually in Phoenix with some family, and up till I was like 8, I went to school out there and everything, up till I was 8, and my dad, he had got like this allergy thing on his skin going on because of the sun. I think working so long in the sun, and so we had to go somewhere where it was cool. And my other aunt, her husband were living out here in the Seattle area. So we came over there, and then I just been in Seattle ever since.
And you went to school in Seattle as well as Phoenix?
I went to school in Phoenix. Then I went to school over there in the Seattle area. It's called Bellingham, over kind of by sort of by Canada. And then I went up when I was like 16 to Seattle.
Were you training in Phoenix as well, or did you not start training until you got to Seattle?
Yeah, I didn't start training until I got up to Seattle.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
good. Glad to have that cleared up. Just was, curious about it. But those are our questions. Listen, Jose, if you want to give out your social media so that people can follow you that aren't following you, and man, we wish you the best of luck, and hopefully wait. You got another one, champ?
Yeah, because now that Rolly is fighting Anthony Yigit, what do you think of that fight? Has he ever been on your radar, Anthony Yigit?
No, I haven't really seen too much of him, if I'm being honest. So I gotta go back and check him out.
Yeah, I think he got real famous for losing a fight and having a big swollen eye. Right?
Who did he fight?
I'm about to pull it up. I remember that he was one of those first DAZN fights. I think. Jonah Carl, right? Wasn't it Jonah Carl? That's exactly who he fought.
Might have been.
I'm pretty sure.
Was it Jonah Carl?
Jono.
Yeah, I bet you. Watch. Let me.
What's his record?
Let me see.
I don't know too much of him. I gotta go check him out.
Yep, he fought in the World Boxing Super Series. He's 24, 8 KOs, 24 wins, 1 loss by KO, 1 draw. He lost to Ivan Branchek, and that's where his eye got real swollen. And that's at 140. So Yigit was actually pretty good. Branchek is just a beast. But Rolly got power, so we'll see how Yigit's eye holds up. But he's from Sweden. It was a good fight with him and Branchek. He showed a lot of dog, especially with that eye looking the way that it looked. It was crazy.
Hopefully, hopefully Rolly wins, so we get some big fight going on in the future.
For sure, champ. But thank you again, man, for coming on the show. We look to continue to establish this relationship and get you on frequently, man. Once you get an opponent, we would love to get you back to talk about the opponent before the fight.
Definitely.
But yeah, if you haven't already done so, did you give out your social media?
You didn't yet.
I don't think I have. You guys can follow me at Royal Boxing on Instagram. I don't really use my Twitter, but I'm on there. And I want to just say thank you guys for all the support.
All right, brother.
Soy el jefe de jefes, señores.
Later. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Jose El Radio Valenzuela, thank you for coming on the show. Up and coming prospect 8-0. Looking to step in with Rolly. Rolly got his opponent with Anthony Yigit, which actually is a good fight, ladies and gentlemen. We should be not upset at that particular matchup. Yigit showed some dog in the Ivan Branchek fight. Last minute replacement, not bad. Let me double check when
that eye. Holy moly.
Damn, last time Yigit fought was 2019, so it's definitely a gimme for Rolly as a last minute.
Eyeball is looking.
Wait, what? 2000 what?
19, bro.
Oh, I thought, okay.
That's crazy. That's 2 years off, man.
I mean, you got to assume that he got hit with the COVID situation. You know what I'm saying?
Was it a 12-round fight
he's from
with
Sweden.
Branchek?
Yeah, with Branchek, that was for the IBF, man. He was in the World Boxer Super Series. This kid at least tried, man. He at least went out on his shield. Listen, if you couldn't find the link and I sent you the direct link, that means you're not a Patreon. The only way to ask our guests a question is to be a patron. Sorry for the inconvenience. That being said, we're going out to...
Let's go! Come on. Info Joe is a beast. Checkbox red, undefeated punchlines, better place your bet. The #1 call, fought my way up the ranks. Border Wars fighter going hard in the paint. Boxing scene writers call me spectacular.
Yo!
Yo. Good morning, TBV. What up, Ness? What up, Doomsday? What up, Mario?
Info Joe, the Fusion King. What up?
Puff Pastries in the building.
Puff and Pastries in the building. If you ever want some good edibles, come to your man, Info Joe. We in the building. Hey, I agree with you, Ness. I think Jermell should stay at 154. You know what? I always wanted to see him and Laura. I can see Crawford coming up to 154 soon, maybe next year too. Also, the young kid Fundora. All of them is good fights, man. You said Danny coming up, so yeah, I can see him staying there, man. He got some fights.
You just got me so excited. Can you imagine? Fucking Crawford just says, man, fuck these welterweights. They scared. I'm telling WBO, activate me as champ. I want to fight Jermell at 54. We've been dying for that.
Big.
Huge.
That's doable, man.
Pay-per-view worthy.
That's
pay-per-view worthy, man. I can see that happening. And I also still want to see Laura. Checkbox red. Far as you said the fight won't be postponed for 3 months for Wilder and Fury.
October 9th or the 23rd.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying, man. Having something in between.
I don't know why Wilder fans ain't behind this. Why Wilder fans ain't saying WBC need to strip Tyson Fury? He ducking. Strip him. So if he gets stripped or he get put in champion and recess status, you got to elevate the interim. And Wilder gets to fight Dillon for the belt. Like, he don't got to fight Fury. We want the belt back. We was robbed of the belt. He said he was cheated. He said it was egg weights and water and breathing. So he want his belt. He want his belt. He don't want Fury. He feel he was cheated and robbed of his belt. So whoever got that,
and he giving back leverage too. If he does get the belt back, more leverage.
He could go straight to undisputed after beating Dillian-Whyte. Like, I think Wilder fans don't really understand what's going on. Devin Haney was stripped and put in champion and recess status, and he had to heal up and be like, nah. Fuck that Ryan and Fortuna fight. I'll fight. I could defend my belt. Because if not, you on the outside. Like, all Fury could say now is, yo, Suleiman, can I get a shot at Wilder? I'm healthy again. That's all he could do.
Word. Yeah, I just want to see Wilder in the ring, man. It's been a long time, and I just want to see him back active. I do want the Fury fight. Y'all don't get me wrong. But if this gets prolonged longer than that, then the 3 months, man, he need to take a fight. And I think Dillian-Whyte, he can clip Dillian-Whyte, man, and get the, you know what I'm saying, and have the belt back, and then revisit the Fury fight. But just sitting out this long, I know he had a good training camp, and just to waste all that hard work on just sitting around not doing shit, you know what I'm saying, take it out on somebody, and Dillian-Whyte would be the perfect person to take it out on and get the knockout, get the confidence back up full-fledged. And I'm with you on that, Ness. But that's all I got, champs. Everybody have a blessed, no stress day. TBV, pound for pound, work always. Hit the thumbs up. I'm out. Hey, one more thing real fast. I'm loving the Border Wars card. I'm loving all the fights.
Crazy. You see how big it is? Did you see my latest post in it? You see how big it is?
Man. A lot of 50-50 fights too, man. This is going to be the best card, man. Y'all need to show up and show out, man. That's all I got, my brothers. Peace.
Yo, so I just want to say, Mario,
big time.
Mario, maybe you could write a remix and send it. You and I mean, maybe Stainless. Know what I'm saying? Remember that song? It's been a long time coming.
That's from that Noriega, Capone Noriega chant.
Remember that? Maybe like change.
Who was that? That was
I probably got the melody all wrong, but the point is,
it's been a long time coming. But I know,
yeah,
you know,
change is gonna come. So he needs to put. He need to put pain is gonna come, and that be his walkout. You imagine a crazy beat like boom, you know what I'm saying? After that, and you just go into a nice verse about vengeance and
what happens if Wilder just what's up if Wilder just comes out, cut towel, that's it.
Come on, he don't fuck with Mike Tyson like that. Let me get to this. This is Counterpunch from JT in New Orleans. What up?
Counterpunch.
Yeah, Ness, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I heard you say something about Wilder fans. I mean, I guess I am a fan of Wilder. I'm not an obsessive fan of nobody. But my thing about with Wilder, I think he said something about his belt. He want his belt back. I think he do want his belt back. But I think he do want to avenge that loss dealing with Tyson Fury. Of course, it'd be the harder fight if you fight Tyson Fury than a Dillian-Whyte. Just think about it. I think the more like how Wilder, how he operates, I think he want to avenge that loss to question anything that happened in the fight with Fury, if he cheated or not. So I think he'd rather avenge that loss before put the belt back, of course.
I agree with you that the revenge over Fury may be sweeter and more to him, but he need to understand that the belt guarantees him the rematch.
That's that leverage piece.
If you go and you get the belt and then you have all that, like, yo, Fury's, because now imagine if they do this. Imagine if WBC does step in like, yo, this shit been dragging out for more than a year. Fuck that. Fury, you champion in recess. Dillian, you elevated. Wilder, mandatory fight, right? Fury out. He out the loop. He got an axe now for a shot. And, you know, he's out the loop.
But he's going to get the fight. And I think he knows that. Like, that doesn't matter to him because he knows that Tyson Fury, he's going to get the fight either or.
Brad,
like, even if he's outside the box,
history is repeating itself, man. History is repeating itself. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Like, Fury is looking back like the old Fury. He gained a little weight. He's partying in Miami. Now he got COVID. His sparring partners who allegedly got COVID is at the UFC fight, taking down their social media videos so they could hide that they was at UFC. Like, it's a big ass conspiracy right now.
Is this the start of the deterioration?
I mean, how many times did he pull out the Hay fight, or did Hay pull out of his fight, or did he pull out the Vlad fight, or did Vlad put out it? Like, bro, he's got a history of this. He's never defended a world title. At the end of the day, those are just facts.
Damn, that'll be so sad seeing this man, you know, after he battled and, you know, he went out there and campaigned on, you know, getting his life back together to start deteriorating. I mean, I did see him a little chubby, but I thought that was all with the whole game plan of gaining weight and all this other stuff. But he was looking soft and jiggly.
Alleged, but let me get this counterpunch from JT. Another one.
And another one.
There's another one. And another one. JT.
Don't make me hit you with the quickest.
We're going to go to Dom's counterpunch. Dom.
Counterpunch.
Yo. I'm with stripping them. Fuck it. I say strip them. Make Dillian-Whyte and Wilder fight for the WBC. And, you know, I think right after he knocks out Mandingo, Eddie Hearn's Mandingo fighter.
Sounds strange.
His Mandingo fighter there's such thing as a Mandingo fighter. You have to look it up. I think that they should go straight for Anthony Joshua unification. Tyson Fury can just sit back and watch. He's obviously listening to his dad. His dad said drop it. He figured out a way to drop it and not fight Deontay Wilder. And I think that he should be stripped, just like every other fighter has. This is a rematch for him.
Mark Blake with the super chat.
This guy, man, you kidding me or what?
Mark Blake with the super chat says, shout out TBB. Great show, great interviews. Thank you, man, for the compliment. And remember, anybody that wants to drop a question for any one of our guests, you got to become a Patreon, and you'll be able to ask them any question you want. If you want to voice your opinion, number to call in, 14255695241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. We're going back to JT on his second counterpunch. What up?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
I kind of disagree. I don't disagree with you now, but I disagree on your scenario, how you look at it. I feel like Fury would drop this belt if he was like one caller saying.
Fury's he got the ring belt. So what I think would happen if he dropped his belt, the WBC belt, he'll still get a fight with Anthony Joshua for the other 3 belts, even if Wilder took and fought Dillian-Whyte and knocked him out for the WBC belt. Stupendous. I think that's me personally. I think that would happen and stuff like that, and then he'll be like, he don't need this belt or etc. like that. So,
hey champ, you gotta step on the clutch when you shifting, man. But I don't believe that, because remember AJ made it clear that he want the belt. He want undisputed. He don't want to fight with Fury. He want undisputed. Whoever got the belt, that's what he want. He want undisputed. They want the belt. They don't want Fury. It's about the belt. Yes, there's an argument that he negotiates a lot easier with a guy like Fury. I hear you, but
across the pond.
We also got to allow AJ an opportunity to show his growth. He knows that he had failed negotiations with Wilder. So we don't know that he's going to do that again. My interview with Eddie Hearns shows that Eddie said, our interview, we were right here on the show, he said he going to keep the same undisputed energy and do 50-50. So, yeah, that being said, we got Austin, Texas.
Let's go, champ.
Hey, good morning, Nash. Good morning, Mario. Good morning, Doomy. Hey, first things first. Hey, Doomy, bro, I'm for real, bro. I want that as my intro. I just want chill.
All right, champ, I'm going to dub it for you.
Yeah, bro.
I'm about to come out with you with the mic.
What's it called? No, as far as the topic, man, I do think that Charlo needs to stay at 154. Like, at the end of the day, his brother's at 160, and you ain't trying to step on each other's toes or even give a reason for fans to say y'all should fight. You know what I mean? That's your brother. And then I feel like they should all move up. So when Earl decided to move to 54, he should move to 60, and then the other Charlo should move to 68. And then as far as Wilder, man, I don't know, bro. It just depends. Like, if Wilder actually wants revenge for his fight, then okay, yeah, I would just wait for Fury, bro. Like, if it's just personal like that. But if he's just trying to get the belts and like fuck Fury, he don't care. He's just trying to get the belts and maybe get an AJ fight, then I would go for the Whyte fight. But if I'm Wilder personally, I would just wait for the Fury fight. And then honestly, I think Whyte and Andy Ruiz should fight, and the winner gets a shot at the title. But yeah, that's my call, man. Good show. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you at the Border War show on Wednesday.
For sure, champ. Thank you for tuning in.
Champ. Yo,
revenge will come, man, because if Wilder gets Whyte and becomes the champ, he fights AJ, Fury's still a big fight.
I think it's a win-win. Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's a win-win because honestly, as a trainer, it would be kind of good to, and look, man, I don't want Whyte to think that I think of him as the less of a fighter than these other AJ and Tyson Fury, but we know that him stepping up and fighting Wilder is the odds will speak for themselves in Vegas, right? But for Wilder, as a trainer, like if I was in his corner, I'd be like, you know what, this can work with this. This doesn't got to work against us. You know, we can go ahead and fight Whyte, and all this new training that's been going on, all the new techniques, combos, movements. You can actually go ahead and
get a chance to work on them.
Exactly.
Let me get to
Live
this
in
counter
action.
punch, man. Dom in Seattle.
Damn, Dom on the return.
We're dealing with the biggest cheat in American history. Childbearing hips is at it again. He's obviously listening to his dad. His dad said switch up trainers. He did. His dad said get rid of the belt. Don't fight Deontay Wilder. He did. That's why I would like to see if Dillian-Whyte can get on the card again. So, Ness, do you think that they can still make this card in America?
I mean, it's up to Wilder and his team to say, yeah. Eddie and Dillian are putting themselves out there. Somebody needs to contact the WBC, set a petition, and Eddie got to set a petition because it's his fighter. He's got to send the petition to the WBC to enforce the interim champion be elevated to super champ or regular champ because the current champ is unavailable to defend his motherfucking title.
And I still want to see that card, and that's why I want to see if they can still do it. Give him a short notice, Dillian-Whyte, because if he wants it, he's going to get it. He ain't going to get it the way he wants it. That's my call.
If this was, listen, you got to understand, if this was a regular circumstance where it's like, yo, we announced this fight 60 days ago and, we're pushing it back. No, bro, this is some ongoing shit for like 3 years now. Like, we want resolution. And if Fury is busy, sick, unable to defend, put him as champion in recess. Elevate Whyte and make Wilder fight Whyte for the belt. It's very simple. It's part of their rules. I'm not making nothing up. I just want them to think about it, possibly enforce it. Dillian is calling for it. They need to now submit a legit petition to see does it get denied.
At least Dillian wants to fight.
You say you know boxing? Yeah.
What is it?
Maybe I don't know. Tell me what a pull counter is. Pull counter? I've never heard that term before. That must be your term. You must have been
That intro is hilarious.
Fire.
Stay making me laugh.
That is funny. He
I
started
gotta
cracking
send
up.
my other intro I made, man, of Ness and James Johnson arguing. I ain't sent that one yet.
Keem the Dream.
What up? Y'all, what's going on, man? Good morning. Good afternoon, wherever you at. I just jumped on not too long ago when I came to lunch, man. I seen the title on YouTube, so just fill me in real quick. Did Fury actually, is he getting a franchise title, or is this just kind of rumor still?
Rumors still, but Dillian is asking the WBC to give him champion in recess so that he could be current champion and face Wilder, and then Fury.
For like an interim.
No, he's already the interim, so he should be elevated just like Javier was about to be elevated with the Ryan Garcia fight. They was about to fight for Devin Haney's belt.
Also, Dillian's interim champ. I thought he was just the number one.
He the interim,
I thought he was fighting for the mandatory when he fought Povetkin.
He got that belt when he fought Povetkin. He
Okay,
had the belt before he lost to Povetkin. Then he got the belt back when he fought Povetkin.
Hey, I've been saying this for a while, man. That, shout out to King. I mean, #tendencies. But Fury known to do crazy stuff like this, man. He did it to Klitschko. They had a whole press conference, man. He ducked out of that whole fight multiple times, and I don't know, man. If he's not trying to fight Wilder and he's ready to just call it quits or whatever he's trying to do, I'd love to see Dillian-Whyte versus Wilder, man. Why not? That's a good fight. Especially if they're trying to. Would that be? They talking about that would be something for like the 24th, like he'll step in and fill in.
Eddie was trying to get Whyte to
cool
fill
with
in,
that.
and that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
nah, I'm
You
cool
gonna
with
get
that.
this dude. You gonna get this dude on a late replacement. Now, that's perfect too for Wilder. He gets to get this camp out the way, get a big name. It could still be a pay-per-view. He could get his belt back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with it. If they can't do the Fury, because Fury, on some other shit, I'm down with that. That's a good fight. That's still a pay-per-view fight too, man. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Appreciate you.
All right. We got Majid, Cincinnati. What up?
Oh, that new title sound good. Everybody need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join Patreon, YouTube members for something. Shit, my opinion on this Wilder thing, I feel like that would be good, if he go against Whyte or whatever. I like that match, but y'all know I pull out of fights myself. So, with that being said, there's a little bit of duckaroo in my conversation. So I'm just worried about Dillian Whyte with those B sample type tricks for a last minute thing. It got my stomach kind of nervous about it. But other than that, I would like that fight or whatever, because they need to get that shit settled out the way. And then also, Ness, if Wilder was to accept something like that, would that fuck up his arbitration contract that they had going on? Like, would that have disqualify it or take it away?
The truth is that it only matters if Wilder's seeking revenge or he wants the belt back. If you want the belt, then this doesn't fuck up anything because you getting your shot at the belt. If you want a shot at Fury and not the belt, then that's different. Because what happens if the WBC does make Tyson Fury champion in recess? Does now Wilder also wait and decide not to fight champion Dillian Whyte? And let him go get beat by somebody else, and now your fight with Fury is for no belt?
Yeah, I hear you on that, but that was all I got, man.
All right, because that's the element right there, guys. Like, okay, so what if the WBC does make Tyson Fury champion in recess like Mikey, like Devin? And Wilder's like, nah, I want revenge versus Tyson. I mean, that means Whyte gets to move on and fight who the fuck he wants. Then there's no belt for that fight. So, if they elevate Whyte, you got to fight Whyte or lose your shot at the belt.
Nah, you're right.
We got some callers on Blog Talk looking like.
I got you.
I'm going to go to Rue in the 504.
Let's
what
talk.
up?
Rue in the 504.
What's happening, y'all? Good morning.
What up?
Morning.
Are we sure if they elevate Whyte that the WBC is gonna make Whyte fight Wilder?
He's the number one, and it would be the right thing to do. It would be the right thing to do. He has a contract to fight the WBC champion.
Now, I've been on this conspiracy theory with Andy Ruiz in the WBC for the longest. What is the possibility that they give Fury champion recess, Whyte becomes champion, and they call a final eliminator between Ruiz and Wilder?
I mean, I think that would ruin a relationship with the WBC and Al Heyman, because Wilder's already in line for a shot at the belt. So if you're going to elevate, excuse me,
what team is Ruiz on? Is he with Heyman as well?
Yeah, he is. Oh, so you saying, but then you saying Heyman has more favor for Ruiz, or Ruiz has more favor with Heyman?
It's not about favor, but you threw out the Heyman thing. I was like, well, Ruiz is a Heyman fighter as well, and that scenario still falls in line with the WBC rules.
Yeah, but Al went through all the trouble of going through arbitration with Wilder. Like, I'm sure he ain't do that to let Ruiz jump over him.
They can convince him the money. I mean, Ruiz and Wilder is a pay-per-view fight without belts, in my opinion. I think that's a major fight. I'm just tossing it out there. That's just the way I see it. That's definitely a conspiracy theory.
Well, guess what? Ruiz is on record saying that he will not step in for Fury for Wilder.
Okay, well.
So I guess it ain't that he don't want it. He just ain't doing it on short notice.
Yeah, man. I until otherwise proven, I do believe Suleiman's going to get Ruiz in the mix some kind of way. The way he moved in the rankings after a loss, dude, to me, he's number 3 now. So I don't know, man. But hey, man, that's my call.
All right. George Foster, you sound like a hater. What do you mean? Why is Wilder getting a shot off a loss? He's getting a fucking shot the same reason Povetkin gave Whyte a shot. Like, there's a contract. The champion lost, so he gets his rematch. What the hell you mean?
How you even asking that?
Steve in Chicago, what up?
Man, I'm not lying. I was there an hour
in the drive-through. By the time I got in line, and by the time I got it was an hour. 1 hour.
To get on the call, you mean?
Nope. I'm never doing this again. No way.
Steve, are you talking to us?
I mean, their food is okay, but like an hour?
He's not. He talking about, my man talking about a
Whole
drive-through.
time says 3 minutes.
Hawk in Maryland.
Hawking them down.
Hawk, what
Hello?
up? What up? What up? What up?
Hey, too much. What's up, fam? How y'all doing today?
Yes. Chilling, man.
Wow,
Thank you for asking.
Yes, sir. Y'all, man, you tearing it up there, Ness. You tearing it up. But like to say that Wilder thing, man. First off, I think Fury is not going to fight Wilder. Period. But I still want if they can do something where Wilder is covered on to getting that title, then yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I just think Fury gonna try to retire or something and get out of that fight. But if he don't, I want Wilder to fight Fury. But like you said, you know, if they can do the champion reset, something, as long as all that stuff is straightened, with Wilder don't get left out there not fighting for no title, not just getting no regular fight. And as far as Jermell, the undisputed thing, man, Bernard Hopkins stayed at middleweight and ruled and did great, man. I really, you know, I think Charlo should stay right where he at and just tear down the whole division, just get the new up and comers and everything. Except for that young boy, that tall Fundora. Now that's gonna be a nice fight for him. What his name? Fundora?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
80 at 54?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he running up on that title shot too. Now that's gonna be something. That dude like 6'7". So yeah. But I'd rather see Charlo stay where he at and try to roll there. Even though I think Spencer, he coming up there too though.
Eventually.
So I don't know how they gonna. Yeah, Spencer talking about next year.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to see it, but I'm with you on that one. I definitely like to see it, but I just want Wilder to cover his ass where he don't get left out in the cold, because Fury trying to leave him out there right now, and he got all of the big heads back at Fury. They don't say nothing bad about Fury. I don't get how you can travel if you got that virus anyway, and he's supposed to be going back to where he lived at. Yeah, it's too much drama. But anyway, that's my call. Thanks, fellas.
All right. Telling you, conspiracy, man. They lend him the private jet to get back. We got a super chat from Fred, and we got to ring the alarm. This is third one. He said, Benavidez has been the #1 contender for years. WBC isn't making Canelo fight. What makes it different if Whyte is elevated? Wilder may not get a shot. No, because they could just mandate it. Because they know Wilder is supposed to get a shot at the champion Tyson Fury. Champion Tyson Fury is unavailable, so Wilder-Whyte gets made for the WBC. Simple. Simple. Like busting a pimple, we going out to LV. What up?
LV Slugger. Cricket time.
LV Slugger.
TBV, what up?
What up?
How it sound?
You good?
How it sound?
You straight?
Yeah, man. Good interview, you know. But yeah, man, Wilder ain't standing for White, man. You know what I'm saying? He need to go, like I said, go get his American debut on, go do something. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get that Fury fight, but you know who we dealing with Fury, man. So ain't no telling how this gonna play out. You know, hopefully, he don't play that depression shit, man, and try to get out the fight, man. But ain't no telling with Fury, man. I'm really just hoping we get that trilogy. But you know, like I said with White fight, it is a great press conference, but Wilder-Whyte is a 1-round fight. That fight will not make it up the first round, bro. Like, I will be betting on the first round KO. I'm not just talking like that's a 1-round fight. He's tailor-made for Wilder, and you know he's not getting out that first round.
on the Jermell tip though, man, I feel like, you know, after this fight, if he can pull it out, because I do think Castano gonna come and bring a good fight. But if he can pull it out, man, I think he need to just move on up, man. You know, like the sanction fees too high to be trying to defend all them titles. You know what I'm saying? I think Tim Tszyu fight probably the only big thing at 154 for him. So, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, you know, I was riding the herd train, but I think that Arias loss really killed that fight. So, I mean, I think he needs to just move up. You know, Triple G like fighting smaller guys. So, you know, I think if he moves straight up and try to get a Triple G fight, I think he can probably get it over Jermell. I think that Derevchenko performance probably killed that fight for him for that Triple G. But I think if Jermell do this thing against Castano, move straight up, I think Triple G will be willing, you know, give him an opportunity. But, you know, that's my call. And, you know, good show.
All right.
Let's go, champ.
Yo, real quick, because we do have a bunch of callers, I do have to cut out. I do have an interview to prepare for, so I'm going to get to that. But yeah, at Mario Munguia on Twitter, at Mario Munguia on Instagram. Peace.
Peace.
I said that. Where the ace at? Where the ace at?
The champ is here! The champ is here!
Red belt, black belt, WON green. I'm king. Undisputed GOAT, TBE. And you can catch the news first on TBV. Voice of the people, now let me speak. Scientists of the sweet, BOXING.
Yo, TBV, what's good?
What up?
Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me good and shit. What up, Doomy?
Yeah, brother, man. Good to hear you.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute, man. I was hoping I could get Mario, man, so I could at least congratulate him on his Border Wars victory. I don't think I done talked to him since. It's been a while, man, if I'm being honest. But if he's still listening, congratulations to him. As far as these topics, though, I stand where I stood a couple of days ago with this Wilder-Whyte thing. I gotta speak like Wilder, man. Think it, believe it, receive it. So I'm gonna keep believing this Fury fight is gonna happen, and all these other fights, man, they can get worked out afterwards. You know, unfortunately, that mean that he won't have a fight this year, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. No, they still got time in this year, man. They can still get it in, man. I'm just gonna keep hoping for the best and thinking and believing it and trying to receive it, man. For this Jermell Charlo debate, you know, initially, if you'd have talked to us in the back car like a couple months ago, I was one of those guys saying Jermell Charlo should move up. But once I had time to think about it, he's got a guy who looks just like him, 6 pounds above him, who can't get a fight with any of these elite people or these top tier people that everybody's saying that Jermell can get a fight with if he moves up. That don't make sense, man. You already got this fight coming up. You know what I'm saying? You can defend your title, you know what I'm saying, against a nobody if you want to. And then this next year, you still got, from far, you got Danny, you got Errol who talk about moving up. If Bud don't get the fight, he talk about moving up. Like, there's enough fights that are right around the corner if you just hold out for another year. So I think as long as he can make the weight, he should keep making the weight and getting them checks, man. Because right now, he seems to be unstoppable at 154. And that's what they supposed to do, is prove him wrong, right? So I say stay at 154, man. Give it another year or two, man. It ain't no rush to move up when your brother's 6 pounds above you and can't get the fights with Canelo or Triple G or all these other people that they naming off for his identical twin fight. Like, I guess we forgot it was just a couple years ago, people were confusing the two of them or calling them by the wrong name. So now they supposed to move up, be in the same weight class, or he's supposed to move up, his brother's supposed to move up, and then he's sitting right where his brother was for the last 2 years. Like, that don't make sense to me. Get money, man. That's what it's supposed to be about. Thanks for this call, though, man. It's been a rough week, and this day is not starting out like I needed to. So, you know, this has definitely helped get me through. As I always say, please make sure you push that thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. This is TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, that's because you stupid. Shout out to El Camino. Peace.
Yes, sir. Don't forget, if you're going to make a bet this weekend on the Undisputed match, you get the best odds on my bookie, as we just told you. 100 is going to get you back 340 on Castano. So if you're going to make a bet, don't forget to use our code BETTBV.
For that bet.
You can do that over at mybookie.ag. You know? Promo code BETTBV. We're going out to Ricky in Florida. What's up? Ricky!
Florida.
How are you, bro?
When it comes to the topic of Charlo, I feel like once he get undisputed, if he wants to move up and take that boo-boo fight, pound for pound number one if he won that fight. I think that's the meaning of last week and everything that go with it. In the storyline there, I think it'll be a big fight. You can tell the storyline, put it in Houston. At the end of the day, Maul don't feel like he's trying to fight boo-boo. It's a bunch of bullshit excuses. So make the fight, solidify your legacy, take that food off his brother's plate. He ain't trying to eat it. He ain't hungry. Go ahead and eat. If he's hungry, he got a chip on his shoulder always about Big Charlo, Little Charlo. So go ahead and be Big Charlo. Next, I'm surprised at you when it comes to the Wilder situation with Whyte. Because at the end of the day, it don't matter about the belt. Fury is the man. That's the man who beat Klitschko. That's the lineal champ.
Yeah, but
even when Joshua beat Klitschko, the first thing he did was call out
but if Fury
the man.
If Fury keeps doing what he's doing, what you gonna not fight till Fury ready? It's already about to be 2 years.
I think to take a fight in between with all the legalities in between would be dangerous. He might. I feel like.
But that's what I'm saying. So what do you do, Ricky? So what do you do if you Wilder and they give Fury recess champion and elevate Whyte?
I say you sit on your hands because Whyte ain't the man.
Wow.
Don't nobody
you lose
believe
the
in
belt?
If you a boxing fan, the casuals don't know Whyte. And if you a hardcore boxing fan, then you know it's bullshit.
Bruh,
you know that Fury is the man.
But you giving up undisputed. You giving up undisputed. Whyte could go back home and make undisputed.
In my opinion, the belts don't mean shit. If the undisputed meant something, T.O. would be the man. Like that shit don't mean nothing. The Fury is the man. He beat the man. In order to beat the man, you gotta beat the man. If it's not an AJ fight for Wilder, then you should only be worried about Fury at this point. Nothing else matters. And even if he was to fight Whyte, even if he beat him in devastating fashion, everybody gonna say he didn't show us nothing that we didn't see. We want to see the Fury fight. Fury still better boxer.
Good, but now you the champ. Good, but now you the champ. Now you got your belt back.
Don't nobody care. Wilder broke records. He had the most consecutive defenses. They didn't care. They never respected him as a champion in the first place.
That's what this whole fight is about. Listen to me. The whole fight is about a rematch clause because of the belt. You don't get a rematch clause because you a fighter, man. Remember that, man. You keep trying to diminish the WBC. The WBC is the reason he got a fucking rematch. When do you see a dude without a belt get a rematch clause? You need the belt to get a rematch clause. Like, you diminishing the belt when the belt is what got him the rematch clause. So if you let the belt get elevated to Dillian, what the fuck is the fight even about now? Like, but okay, whatever.
Yo, first of all, let me say, I don't pay Showtime to see you all there, not even putting a goddamn motherfucking effort. If I want to see some motherfucker just fight, I pick up a fight with somebody in the street. Don't need that shit. You don't love that sport, my dude? Just move along. Gone. Fuck you. Next. What a great show. Thumbs up, donate.
Hey, yo! What's happening, people?
Yo,
Mr. Gibbs.
What's happening?
Yo, Doomy, let me tell you, my boy. Yo, Doomy, you got the best soundboard on YouTube, baby boy. You're the man when it comes to sound effects.
You can't touch me.
You're the VIP, baby. You're the champ. You're the champ. Champion.
Yo, glad to hear you back, champ.
Let me talk to you, Doomy. Check out where Net's going wrong here, baby. Where the fuck is Tio? Where's Tio at? Wasn't Tio infected with some shit?
Yeah, and he's still out. So you gonna wait on Tio?
All right. So where the fuck is all this fucking taking the belt from Tio at? Cause I hell out of fucking
Yo,
We
but
should
Tio,
strip him.
hold on.
Strip him.
Let me rebut.
No, hold on. No,
No,
this is the kicker. But check this is the kicker. This is the kicker.
Let me rebut.
Go ahead.
Tio does not have a history of not defending his belt. Tio unified his belt. Tyson has never even done that. Tyson only fought unified champs. Tyson never defended a belt. Tio never pulled out a fight. This is first time. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Tyson Fury has been involved in at least
the same
7
case, the
pullouts.
same violence.
No,
same case, same violence. You should get the same
one
heat.
person got a different track record, brother. You can't ignore that shit.
It's making.
I cannot listen. But hold on a second here. That's like saying this motherfucker who robbed me because he robbed me multiple times. He should go to jail, and this motherfucker because robbed me once, he should not go to jail. What type of stupid shit is that? I don't care how many times they robbed, doggy. Simple. Now, who's the mastermind behind this shit? The guy that you guys don't even mention. Where the fuck Bob at? It ain't Bob fucking sending all this big signal.
Yo, Bob
It
is
ain't
with
Bob the
Tio.
one fucking manipulating the whole shit for money because he can sell no tickets.
So
It ain't Bob.
again, why should Wilder wait on one dude who looks and acts shaky when it comes to defenses?
Why is he rapping?
Brother,
But this is the thing. This is the thing.
Georgie, you can't say words like that when arbitration got us here. So how is he irrelevant when his relevancy
Because
is
the
got us here?
situation he is it's not about the fight itself. The situation he is what Bob is doing. And you guys want to fucking talk about the fighters itself.
What is
it's
Bob
about
doing?
Bob. It's about the mafia,
What is Bob
baby.
doing? What is Bob doing?
Bob fucking taking Tio out of the car because the tickets are not there. In the same way he's taking Fury out of the fucking car because where are the proofs of these people being infected?
Okay.
You're taking the word for it.
So that's what I'm saying. So if you Wilder, why are you waiting?
Economics is Bob fucking you.
Why?
It's not Fury. Fury following an order from fucking Bob. Tio following an order from fucking Bob. We know where the answers are. Call Bob and interview and send him a bitch. Asking for the proof.
Okay, so now if you're Wilder, why do you wait on this suspicious team?
Because they're going to fuck him.
Bruh.
They're going to fuck Wilder regardless.
He already
doesn't matter how much you cry. The only motherfucker who can do anything about it is Bob. Forced by the people. That's it. Forced by the people. But you guys are going to waste time talking about, let's strip him. The next time Bob pulls that same bullshit, what are you going to do? Talk about strip another guy? You niggas stupid. I got to go support the channel. I got to go support the channel. Everybody donate a Maori.
His argument makes no sense, man. My man's argument makes no sense. One dude has a history of pulling out and not defending the title. The other dude is a dude that's unified and has pulled out one time in his life. It's not the same.
I don't think he understands the gray area in boxing, where it's like, even though COVID is COVID, and you can't really say, oh, one has a worse COVID or whatever. Well, maybe you could, but it's still a track record. So the perception of the people, all right, and the perception, maybe not of yours, but of many, is still going to be like, what happened? Exactly. Along with you're looking kind of jiggly and a whole bunch of other little things that people who really pay close attention
But
to
again,
sport.
I just don't understand. They want him to wait how long for Fury? What if the October date, Fury says something else, like he's known to do? So then is
going
Wilder,
on 2 years, right?
Is Wilder supposed to wait again? I mean, next February is the second year. Is the date of the fight? Is every February, right?
A year and a half almost.
So we got Roughhouse Boxing. What up?
Yo, what's going on with y'all boys, man?
Been a minute, champ. How are you? Lyrical genius.
Man, I'm good. That's what's up, man. All hail Silverback. All hail ECP. That's what it is, man. But I was just gonna say, just something to throw out at y'all boys, man. Eddie Hearns is throwing Dillian-Whyte's name in to fight Wilder as a replacement, and I myself love that fight. I want to see Wilder smash that boy. But I also want to know what y'all think. Do you think Eddie Hearn will be trying to stick like, rematch clauses and this and that as a possible way to, continue to put that roadblock between Wilder and Joshua?
I don't know if he's AJ's already said that he'll fight. Obviously, these promoters are always protecting their investment, but
yeah,
Eddie was just on our show
this
saying
is the first
that they'll
time.
do 50-50.
Okay, I was gonna say because this isn't the first time that he's tried to use the boy Dillian Whyte as a roadblock, a go between AJ and Wilder.
Well, this
but,
ain't
secondly,
this
on the
ain't
top,
a roadblock. He trying to have Dillian Whyte step in for the injured Fury. Fury's the one ill.
I get that, and you know what? And then they go ahead and let's say Wilder and Whyte do fight, and Fury might still be out of the picture. Wilder might have his eyes focused on Undisputed against AJ, and then it's gonna be wait, rematch with Whyte, blah 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 blah, stuff like that, because that was the whole thing with the first time that
He got a petition,
Wilder
though.
and
That's
AJ.
what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, per the rules,
Okay.
if the WBC makes him champion in recess, he needs to petition. And at the time of his petition, the WBC may say, look, we'll give you a shot after Wilder AJ because, we haven't seen heavyweight Undisputed in a long time. You still champion in recess, but we'll give you a shot. Look how long motherfucking Callum had to wait as the Diamond champion. Like, just because you a mandatory or you won an eliminator or you have an interim or you got a silver, none of that shit means shit, man. It's how things could get moved at that particular time.
That's what's up, man. Hey, but on the subject of Charlo, man, I don't mind him staying at 154 personally. History kind of shows that the few people who do try to stay at one weight class and reign for an amount of time, their names get put in pretty high status in terms of being able to defend and maintain their superiority or supremacy in that weight division. We nobody gives Gary Russell Jr. flack about being at 126 or whatever.
Yeah.
For forever.
For his whole life.
And he's never been undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
I've been screaming he should have moved up like years ago, man. But everybody keeps singing Gary Russell Jr.'s praises. Yeah, Gary Russell, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go get some of those bigger names and bigger divisions. But he sits there and nobody says a thing, man. But that's all I got, man. Y'all boys be easy, man. TBV. That's what it is.
You already know, Rough House. Appreciate you. We got a super chat from Twin in Orlando.
Twin. Let's go, Twin. I got it if you want me to go ahead and...
You jumped in. I thought you was going to jump in with the super chat.
I Twin Munoz says, if Whyte next, does that nullify the judge's ruling? I guess the ruling on Tyson and Wilder? I wouldn't know.
Well,
maybe
again, Wilder's rematch is per the championship belt. I'm sure there are rematches out there for guys that never fought for a title, but it's not common for you and me to fight with no belt on the line and I have a rematch.
90 seconds.
Wilder's rematch is because the title of heavyweight champion was on the line. If Tyson Fury gets placed on recess champion, and the interim champion becomes elevated, Wilder would make Wilder fight Dillian because it's the right thing to do because he has a fight for the champion who is now not available to defend that
60
status.
seconds.
That's why they create an interim. Whenever the champion can't defend,
when they create the
there's
interim,
an interim.
right? Just so I got clarity on this, his question is, if Whyte's next, does that nullify the judge's ruling? Being as though that you said that they would put Tyson Fury in as recess champion, that's the governing bodies, right? The WBC, they would do that.
See, because again, we don't know if
it's
it's going to nullify. We don't know if it's going to
contract.
nullify. But for Wilder, his rematch is for the WBC. Like, Tyson has to rematch him for the heavyweight world title. I'm sure if Tyson vacates his belt, let's say he says, I ain't fighting Wilder, and he vacates his belt, what contract do they?
10 seconds.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like them doing these things in with the sanctioning bodies and giving up their belts. I guess we got to understand, how does that directly affect the contract?
Remember, Tyson never gave Vlad a rematch. He won the belts and owed the champion a rematch and just dipped off.
Man, so he's a one-timer.
Floyd did it too. He beat Oscar and retired. He waited till the contract expired, retired, came back, and never fought Oscar again. I mean, like, this shit is like common knowledge out here. Like, you know, I would be concerned with the belt because the belt puts me in position. The belt, if Wilder decides, nah, fuck that, let Dillian be elevated, Dillian does undisputed. So yeah, Wilder gets his fight with Fury for no belt. And now you got to somehow get a shot at AJ with all the belts. He's got to give you a shot. It is the belt that gives you an opportunity. Even Tio tried to ignore Devin, and now he's like, oh, we'll fight Devin next. It went from email champion to, okay, I got to fight you because people are disputing you're undisputed. Whatever. Y'all don't see that? Cool.
Don't ask me that question.
Cool. You know, it is what it
Cool
is.
beans.
But we got a new caller, and this is
His debut.
Line 6 Reed. If I'm correct.
Lion like the lion?
Is that how are we
No,
saying?
it's line, like LINE 6, line 6 Reed.
Oh, the line.
You said it correctly the first time, man.
Yeah, line
Yeah,
6 Reed.
I saw it a
don't
couple of
step
times.
out of line.
Yeah. I just wanted to say I think the Fury Wilder fight getting canceled, I think it's kind of crazy. It seems a little suspicious to me. And if Fury and his team did have COVID, how is he able to travel, man?
I don't
to go
know,
back
man.
to
Private
the
jet.
UK or
Private jet.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I have one more question. How do I go about becoming a Patreon member? What do I got to do?
Just got to click the link, man. Click the link, and it'll give you some different options. If you want to be a boomeranger, which is a person that gets 2 calls per show, there's that option. You want to be a guy that cuts the line, so you don't got to wait in an hour. You know, there's that option. There's options to receive the MP3 with no ads at all every time before iTunes and iHeart. There's many options. Just check it out, brother. We appreciate you, though.
All right, thank you. I just wanted to say I'm in Washington like Mr. PBC. I always hear him coming on talking spicy, and I just want to say, you put him in front of me at Border Wars, I'll beat him.
Whoa.
Beat him easily.
Whoa.
So set that up.
I mean, they're as good as
you
dead.
hear me, Mr. PBC?
What's your weight class, man? You don't even know his weight class.
I'm 175, so, you know.
What's your experience level?
It don't matter wherever you want to go.
Any
I did
experience?
kickboxing growing up, so I did kickboxing growing up. You know, but
Yo,
like
you
I
know,
said
we
last time I
back in
called my
Wisconsin,
son,
man.
huh?
We back in Watertown, man. I don't know if you want to come on down. PBC is like 6'7", though. He's tall. I don't know about 260, but he's tall, and he does a lot of jump rope. He ain't heavy. I don't remember. I seen him. I seen him.
I thought he said he was heavy.
I seen him lean when I seen him doing jump rope one day. I think he sent me a video.
Yeah, I'm only 175, but yeah, I want that matchup though. If we could have made it happen, I'd love to. 2 guys from Washington getting down.
Well, we'll find out his stats, man. We'll get back to you, man. Line 6 Reed, thank you for calling in. And it looks like we got Coach Myers boomerang status.
Yo, you hear me?
We hear you.
I really ain't got much. I wanted to say that the champ will not be fighting in Border Wars. You know what I mean? Probably the next one, but I will still show support and support all the fighters that's gonna be there.
Yeah, if you
besides,
could show up, you could be a judge, man. We need good judges. We do have a professional judge. Harold Hunt is going to be in the building, but we still can use 2 more permanent judges.
well, you know I'm from Connecticut. The best judges come from Connecticut, you know. But I'll definitely will pull up and show support to all these, you know, and actually meet everybody. I only met Doomy actually, so actually meet all these Dooms like Keem, a lot of different people. So I'm definitely gonna come out and support, regardless if I'm fighting or not. But that's my call.
That's what's up, man. We gonna make it a motherfucking weekend, man. Bring out your ladies. You know, we gonna make it a weekend. We gonna have something going on Friday at the weigh-in at the bar. We gonna try and do some boxing bars. We gonna do some karaoke. We gonna have the live fight on Saturday after Border Wars as well. So, you know, whoever ends up fighting on September 18th, whether that be you know, Canelo or someone else, we gonna be there watching the fight at the bar as well. So, you know, you should definitely come out, man. Watertown really showed out and you know, supported. But we got James Benitez. What up? What'd you say?
No. I don't know if we had gotten Ken Stone's last chat. I think we might have skipped it.
Let me see.
It was Lil Charlo can keep his ring belt at 154.
Oh, nah, we didn't get that.
All right, let's get it. Ken Stone says Lil Charlo can keep his ring belt at 154, test the waters at 160, or defend his lineal title. Once you win all the belts, you're bigger than them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a way. That's a great way. Great way not to pay the sanctioning fees. Keep the ring. You the man. You still the man in that division. Listen, the Costa Tszyu son Tim Tszyu fight, that shit is big. He got to take that fight if you want to, you know. I mean, look. Not if he wants to, but like, you know, that's the opportunity to get global. You know, go out to Australia, put the mittens on the son of a legend, and you know, walk up out of there. You know, a son beater. You know, you beat somebody's son. You know what I'm saying? Did we go to James Benitez?
James Payne, no.
James Benitez.
Yo, what's up, Ness? You ain't playing no intro for me?
Damn.
Nah, I'm just messing with you. It's all good. You can just skip that, man.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Dollar sent you one. It's forget it. Don't even worry about it, man. It's another good show as always, man. Yo, people trying to tell Deontay Wilder what to do, like because of the revenge or whatever, man. Like make decisions with your heart. But the best business decision is just go ahead and get that belt back. You know, unless people are worried about him might get clipped by dang on Dillian Whyte. Other than that, that's the most strategic and best move. Hopefully the WBC does elevate Dillian Whyte and makes that happen. Because all that matters is the belt. You know, you get your get back, you know, in the future if Fury comes to his senses and ever wants to fight again. If not, it just shows that he was a duck. Other than that, man, I just read that news and everything about Jose Benavidez switching over to PBC. He fights on the 28th, man. So I think him, you know, he can start another fat camp to hop back into training. I think that would be a good fight with him and Tank, man.
I mean, he had 54 though. He had 54 for the first fight.
But you don't think? But he fights on the 28th. You don't think he could drop 7 more pounds to fight a Tank fight? It follows the green print.
I mean, that's a tough fight, man. Benavidez gave Crawford some fun.
That's what I'm saying. You know, I think that would be a hell of a fight, man. You know, I'm like, it follows the green print.
I'm just saying, who's a bigger name, though? Jose Benavidez or Andre Berto?
I mean, shit, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. Black
I
Hollywood,
feel
Atlanta, they going to love Berto more than they going to love Benavidez.
That's definitely true. But, you know, either one I'll damn sure take, man. You know, because both of them are high risk fights, man. Because Berto can crack.
That's what I said. They acting like Berto can't punch, like he ain't a natural welterweight. Like he don't come down from 180.
I mean, people really don't listen to you when you say that Berto really got over 20 knockouts and be like, oh, Danny's probably a better KO artist. Nah, but Berto got on his record, though.
Yeah.
And also with Jermell, he should stay at 154, man. I mean, think about it. A year or 2 years from now, you got Bud. You're going to have Bud up there probably. Probably going to have Keith up there. You're going to have so many money fights or whatnot. So why not just hang around and just be the reign of the division? You know, and again, hey, thank you for the show. Thank you for the content as always, man. Hey, have a blessed one.
Bless up.
We got Stainless Boomerang. Actually, before you go, Stan, let me see this.
Nobody in the world can take a fight against me on a week and a half notice. I don't give a damn who you is. You don't want to fight me. I'll fight him the same night after I beat him. I'll fight him that too. And I'm going to continue to prove that every time I step in the ring.
Yo, James, is that yours?
James.
Yeah, that's me, Ness.
Yo, who is that talking?
That's Colbert, man.
Oh, damn, I could barely hear that. The beat might be a little bit too loud.
Yeah, I guess I'll holler at Dollar. If Dollar's listening and everything, we can try to get that fixed.
All right. I didn't even know that was coming. I have to listen to that again. Stainless, you want your boomerang?
Are you not entertained?
Boom, 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 boomerang.
Hit him with the boomy.
Boomerang. I did hit your last super chat, Ken Stoney. We did it. We did it. They go.
Yeah.
What up, champ?
Yo, still at work, man. Like I say, appreciate it, man. Y'all know a lot of us, whether we truck drivers, managers, or janitors, man, we all working, man, and this show gets us through our day. If you want to keep it going, get on Skype, man. Hop on his back call. And shout out to TBV, man. I already said everything I got to say earlier. Like I say, it's just been a rough week, and the day ain't exactly going easy either. So I just wanted to thank y'all for keeping your boy head above water without even knowing it. So I always say, please make sure you push that thumbs up. Share this and every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. This is TBV for life. If you ain't on Patreon, you a pendejo. Shout out to El Camino.
Let's go.
Yeah, big shout out to you, Stain, man. Sending you good energy right now, bro. That day gonna turn around.
If you are a content creator and you have a channel on YouTube, it doesn't matter how big or small, contact me. Hit me up in the DM either at NestGTO or at the Boxing Voice. I would love to contact you and have a conversation about collaboration. So yeah, hit me up, man. Doesn't matter how big or small your channel is. If you're on YouTube, hit me up either on the Boxing Voice Instagram or NestGTO on Instagram. I would love to have a conversation about collaboration. We got Line 6 Reed who says, lost signal, but I'm definitely interested in Border Wars. Brother, we definitely want you. This is one of our biggest and best shows. And, I recommend anybody that's interested to do this one because it's going to be the best, without a doubt. Looks like we got a counterpunch for Mr. PBC from James Benitez.
Counterpunch.
You've seen him. You know how strong he is.
Yo. But yeah, I mean, I'm 260, 6'7", so I don't know. But call me Omar.
You too big, man. If you really 6'7".
What's that one nigga that was dated Kim Kardashian's sisters?
Tiger? Lamar
Odom. Call me Lamar Odom.
Before
I didn't do a super chat. I didn't do a counterpunch. I did a super chat.
I don't see a super chat, but this counterpunch is courtesy of James Benitez.
Okay, but ugly truth is, who Bud fighting?
You ain't super chat that.
Why didn't you fucking read it?
Where'd you do a super chat, fam? You ain't send none.
It's ridiculous. I did.
Nah, man, I just refreshed again, brother. You ain't send nothing. It's okay.
Okay,
Say it. It was on your mind, though. It was on
I said the Bud ugly truth is, who Bud fighting?
They said Zepeda and then Taylor.
Okay, I want Taylor. But I think Deontay Wilder should move his whole card to the UK for Dylan White just to get that bread. All those heavyweights on the undercard is a beautiful fight still. I still want to see the fight. Shout out to the Tyson Fury, the biggest cheat in American history.
All right. We got Fred Robinson with a super chat.
Psychopath, and I hope he knows that.
Fred says, hold up. Gary move up for what? Everyone in the classes above him already ducked him. I know Colbert won't, and Gary's heard Colbert's energy in his interviews. He's called him little, not a puncher, So if he wants to move up and try to make history towards pound for pound, moving up out of your original division is how you do that. Colbert is willing because ain't nobody really willing to fight Colbert, so he needs an opportunity. But looks like we got the everybody. Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. That's all the super chats. Thank you for everyone that tuned in. Today is Monday. We doing Untitled at 7 p.m. Monday.
Let's go, champ.
7 p.m. Unless, it's 7 p.m. We're not doing it at 1. 7 p.m. tonight. Untitled.
Oh, man, Untitled. I'm slipping in for this one.
All right, fellas. Catch us on the next one. And remember, 7 p.m. Wednesday. 7 p.m. Wednesday. For Border Wars, where we talk Border Wars and everything that is Border Wars. A lot of fights have been signed. I mean, the return of Corey Frank. He's taking on Jerome Lambert, who got the big knockout over Joshua Lang. Like, this card is bananas, man. I mean, we might have to put together a betting line, keep it small so that the house doesn't get broken. But, it's such a great... I mean, Keem is back versus Vega. That's like battle of who's going to throw the most punches. I mean, there's so many fantastic fights. Talking about throwing the most punches, you got Santiago taking on the rematch with Supermax.
I can't wait to see that.
You got Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible, who's an impossible mission himself, taking on Smoke 'em Out Jay, who claims to be the boogeyman. Rel is back in a heavyweight fight versus Austin's brother. Austin is making a debut. Donnell's back in a rematch. I mean, there's so many fights. But Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. Future, present, past, it doesn't matter. Don't forget to subscribe, because subscribing is going to get you that notification every time we do go live. And yesterday we went live multiple times. Today we'll go live multiple times.
And speaking about subscriptions, just look at the little bell right next to the subscribe button. Hit that so you know exactly when we're going live. And like Ness said, we're going live 1, 2, maybe 3 times a day at times. So don't forget that we also have the link to join the channel as a member. Just click on the video description, click on the link, and it'll take you to the 3 tiers that we offer. Pick whatever's best for you. You get a chance to take advantage of the cool emojis that you might see on the chat and a lot of other content that's exclusive to each tier. This is Boxing Voice. So if you stumbled upon a program, you like what you were listening to, hit that thumbs up button. And if you really want to join the TBV fam, subscribe, hit the bell. Hey, take a look at those memberships. And don't forget to use the Boxing Voice, the Zone link, too, if you're going to be joining the Zone family.
Do they got any fights this weekend?
I don't know. They always got something, though. Yeah. And, with the Zone, you're getting a complete package. You're not just getting the boxing that you love, but you're getting a whole bunch of other stuff along with them. So if you're a soccer fan, I know the soccer right now is hot. You got the Copa America, and then I think you got the Italy Cup. They're probably going to skewer me for getting that one wrong. But, this is the Boxing Voice. Nestor Gibbs, yours truly, Alex Doomsday
Joe Joyce and Carlos Takam is the 24th. That's around the corner.
Whoa.
I'm going to put you to sleep.
Yo, nice. Joe Joyce is my guy.
Damn, this week is only fucking Charlo. That's good. Hopefully he can capitalize off that. It's only Charlo fighting. It's the only card unless you go to Germany, which I don't know who those people are. Peace. We out.
Cheers.